I didn't talk to her. Just you talked to her about what the deal is. So she's not surprised.
What happened?
I'll just Esau.
Which one?
Makeup part. Oh, they tapped out yesterday?
Yeah, told you. Who? Said that. I said they gonna tap out.
They all packed up.
Chilling up in the kingdom, chilling with Yahweh Shai and all the brothers and the sisters, cooling out, having fun, drinking yayin with Yahweh Shai up in the kingdom, yeah.
Who are we? It's real. That who are we is I can't hear you.
Israel, Israel.
Who's the power?
Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's the power.
I said, who's the power?
Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's the power.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Welcome back. We are ISBHPK here in Houston. Welcome. Glad you guys are able to join us. Another Shabbat, another week of fighting, another week closer to the end. Bahashem Yahushai. So our school address is there on the flyer. Class times and dates have not deviated. Shout out to Norfolk with Chaquad and Kazakia. Their class times are still the same, and they're still at the same location. Shout out to Rochester, Zion holding it down in the new school. Their class times and dates are the same as the Virginia school. San Antonio got class pumping. Good brothers out there. Awar, Dawiyad, Sham Shawan, and a whole onslaught of officers now. So, yeah, check them out. Their class days and times are similar to ours, but all that there is there on the flyer. We got the Blog Talk Radio with Mashaba, Banaba, Tazapa. Very good brothers, very strong in the spirit. That's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. All right, we got other YouTube channels. If you're subscribed to this one, more than likely you're subscribed to all of them. We got the Israel wear. You want to get something customized? Sisters got you covered. Hit them up. And we got the Friends Up subscription. $35 for the shirts, $75 for the shirt and headband. We got Hebrew Academy on Mondays in Rochester, Hebrew Academy Tuesday here in Houston, and Hebrew Academy every Wednesday in Virginia. Wherever you're at, if you're a brother and you want to be able to learn how to be a priest, be a teacher, to do more for your nation, Hebrew Academy is where it starts. All right. You need to reach a priest or teacher. You can reach Priest Kazakia. His cell phone number is 757-300-4047. Or you can reach Priest Quatazap. His number is 303-557-8979. It's all there on the poster if I was too fast. We do have a business, Sweet Ambiance. I really love the oils because I can never use cologne. Cologne got chemicals in it that will give you cancer. Look it up for all you partial cologne lovers and perfume lovers. But the oil is all natural, hyperallergenic. Check it out. Keeps you smelling good. Not some of the time, but all of the time. All right. If you want to make any donations, you can drop that into the Wells Fargo account. That should be there on the screen. Or you can Zelle it to us. We also accept Cash App and Google Wallet. And all that info should be there on the screen. If you want to help out in any way, we're still working on the schools. Rochester, here in Houston, we're still, beautifying the school. If there's anything that you want to donate or add to, or if there's something that you want to know where you can help, you can hit up Priest Quatazap and he'll let you know, look, we need this or we need that. Or you can do this or you can do that. So hit him up, he'll be more than happy to let you know where your help could be used, whether it's at this school or another school. All right.
Yeah, real quick though, I just want to say the water for the brothers that helped out with the generator. We got the generator this. I think you got it this morning or yesterday. So for the brothers that helped out with that, the water, we needed it. That way we can make sure that we keep getting out there to street teach. So yeah, all the brothers that help, you know who you are. The water, David, the water. All right. So just want to put that out there. We got the generator. Let's keep it going.
Yes, sir.
Yep. That's all I got to say for
Oh,
the rest
okay.
of the day. The scriptures say lie not one to another, so I was just joking.
God.
Definitely got more to say. But yeah.
Do these prayers. Imayim Wapanga Yerushalom. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ha'awa'ah. Latanawa. A war. Zayawam. The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai that gives us light this day. Thanks, so be it. The light represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we obtain through the scriptures. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 says, let your light so shine before man that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ha'awa'ah. Latanawa. Rayah. Nakaka. The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai that gives us a sweet savor. Thanks, so be it. The frankincense and myrrh represents our prayers going up to the Most High as a sweet savor.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Ha'awa'ah. Latanawa.
Hashabbat.
Ba'shalom. The water. Aman.
Let's bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai that gives us the Sabbath and peace. Thanks, so be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Aynashah. Ayam Yam Ya. Al Aharim. Na'ayah. Yabawa'ah. Isaiah. Yabawa'ah. Ma Yahweh. Za'aisha. Shamayim. Wa'aratuza. Laah. Lanathan. Lamawat. Regalia. Yala'ah. Nawam. Shasha Wamar. Yashala, Yahweh, Shamaria, Yahweh, Tazalia, Al, Yum Yum Ya, Yad, Hashamash, Yala'ah, Hakaya, Bayawum, Wala'ah, Halabana, Bayalala, Yahweh, Yashamaria, Makol, Rai, Yashamar, Napashia, Yahweh, Yashamar, Awalakia, Wawa'aya, Ma'aitan, Wa'ai, Iwalam, Aman.
This is Psalm chapter 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Most High, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Most High is thy keeper. The Most High is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Most High shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Most High shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
By Hashem Yahushai.
Hashem Yahushai.
Shema Yashala.
Shema Yisrael.
Yehovah Allah Hayat Noah.
Yehovah
Yehovah God.
Yehovah
Shema Yashala.
Shema Yisrael.
Yehovah Allah Hayat Noah.
Yehovah
Yehovah God.
Yehovah
Shema Yashala.
Shema Yisrael.
Yehovah Allah Hayat Noah. Yehovah God.
Yehovah
This here Israel, Yahweh our power, Yahweh is one.
It's the Lord's Prayer, which might be found in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shamkash,
Shamkash,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malak Lavka,
Malak Lavka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'aratiza,
Ba'aratiza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Latalanaw,
Latalanaw,
Lacham,
Lacham,
Kol,
Kol,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalak Noah,
Wasalak Noah,
Kabawak Noah,
Kabawak Noah,
Kasalak Noah,
Kasalak Noah,
Kabawak Yenawa,
Kabawak Yenawa,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Tab Yenawa,
Tab Yenawa,
Banisaya 1,
Banisaya 1,
Abo,
Abo,
Awishai Noah,
Awishai Noah,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Amalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Wa'ala,
Wa'ala,
Wa'tabahara,
Wa'tabahara,
Wa'awalumyu,
Wa'awalumyu,
Aman,
Aman.
This is our Father's prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Aman. Ha?
Ha,
Aishara,
Aishara,
Matazawa,
Matazawa,
The Ten Commandments.
Laah,
Laah,
Yahaya,
Yahaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Ahorim,
Ahorim,
Alpanya,
Alpanya,
Thou shalt have no other powers before me.
Laah,
Laah,
Ta'aisha,
Ta'aisha,
Laka,
Laka,
Paso,
Paso,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Ta'ibadam,
Ibadam,
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Laah,
Laah,
Talakwak'ah,
Talakwak'ah,
Shum,
Shum,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashawa,
Bashawa,
Thou shalt not take the name Yahweh in vain.
Zakar,
Zakar,
Hayawam,
Hayawam,
Hashabat,
Hashabat,
Lakwadashwa,
Lakadashwa,
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Kabad,
Kabad,
Abaka,
Abaka,
Wa'amaka,
Wa'amaka,
Honor thy father and mother.
Laah,
Laah,
Taratazak,
Ratazak,
Thou shalt not murder.
Laah,
Laah,
Tana'ah,
Tana'ah,
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Laah,
Laah,
Takanah,
Takanah,
Thou shalt not steal.
Laah,
Laah,
Ta'inah,
Ta'inah,
Shakur,
Shakur,
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
Laah,
Laah,
Takamad,
Takamad,
Kol,
Kol,
Asherah,
Asherah,
Lara'aika,
Lora'aika,
Thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's.
Bahashem Yahushai,
Hashem Yahushai,
the water,
the water,
Tamyad,
Tamyad,
Aman.
Aman.
Yeshabiim, which means to be seed.
It's awake today. Okay. Oh, brother is awake. They have been awakened.
The Great Awakening,
Can these bones live? Damn.
they never die.
They sound vibrant. That's right. Doesn't sound like they're ready to get it. Okay. Yeah. What's up? Read. Yeah, so we're gonna kind of.
That's gonna be dope.
So you're gonna read the 6th. You'll be 7. No, he's gonna read the 6th reading. Yeah, he's gonna read Joshua. And Matthew.
So, I'll see 5.
Yeah. keep it practiced.
Nice.
He's ready. Yeah. He's ready.
Heard that before.
Yep, he's definitely ready. Bro, you read it in the car? You read it this morning? He might. He can read it. He can read.
I know you can.
Yeah, so he's in there.
I love to hear him read.
All right. Right. Might as well get the show on the road. Get the first reader up. Where we at? We in Numbers.
Numbers 13:1.
Right. So this is going to go into some very, very interesting. Some very interesting reading today. We're going to understand why we had to walk the wilderness for 40 years. So, without further ado, let's get the first reader up. It's going to be an exciting day. You ain't treating Michael right, bro. Treating him like a squire.
Oh, he's about to take his social test and come up from that though.
Right?
So,
Michael, Shabbat Dashal, Yahawada, Banya Sharala.
Michael Shabbat Shah Yahawada Banya Shala Men of Israel Haimadium Barak
Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatham.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
You gave him the member blow. You gave him the blow, the brother with a dirty garment. Damn, you must not like him.
No, it's motivation so that so you can get the good blow.
Yeah, the ram's horn is not as easy as y'all think. Definitely an acquired skill.
Oh yeah, I'm out of practice.
Yeah. So we're at Numbers 13. So let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Some of y'all have already read this from previous years, so you should kind of know what's going on. Remember, if y'all got questions, just ask. Go ahead.
Book of Numbers, chapter 13 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them.
Everyone a what?
A ruler.
A what?
A ruler.
So, what made you a good ruler? This is important because the stature of man that was sent, what made them what makes a man a good ruler, or even just a ruler? What are you looking for from that man? His what? Starts with a J.
Number one, he should be able to judge righteously.
His judgment, right? His judgment. What else? What all comes with judgment? There's characteristics of judgment. One starts with a D. Oh, they both start with D's, actually. What? Discernment. What else? There's another D word. Discretion.
Oh, that was a duet right there. That was a duet.
Right. She said, shun. Right? Discretion. His discernment, their discretion. Right? They were supposed to, these men that were chosen, they were supposed to have the judgment in righteousness, the righteous judgment. Also, think about it. If they were the heads, and if there was any type of war, there was anything that had to do with that, they weren't going to be the men to do what? What did you not bring to war? What type of man? Come on, raise your hand. You know it.
Bring fear.
Fear, right. You wouldn't bring a coward to war. Why? Because he would do what? You know it. Go ahead.
Get plenty of them killed.
Right. He will weaken his brethren, right? Like the scriptures say. So there was a reason why the Most High said to bring out these type of men. Did he say go get the troopers? Go get me 12 troopers.
Laah.
Go get me 12 members. Right? Go get me 12 cats that don't believe. The rulers represented the faith that was supposed to be followed. They represented the standard, right? The experience, the dedication, the consistency. They represented they should have represented a purer outlook than just a regular common man. Right?
God.
Right. So these men that were chosen for this mission, they were chosen based on those things. Not just, oh, I'm a ruler, but I have a certain characteristic about myself and the way I carry myself. So that way when we go into these missions, when we go in whatever the Most High is setting us to do, the outlook, the mind state, the diligence, all those things are going to be pinpoint. And if the men behind us start to falter, we can at least be the example to look at.
God.
Very important. Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 3. And Moses,
Make sure you're paying
by the
attention.
commandment of
Make
the
sure you're reading
Lord,
along. Don't worry about the army.
sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel,
Right?
and these were their names. Of the tribe of Reuben, Shammua,
Right.
the son of Zakur. Of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphat, the son of Hori. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb, the son of Jephunneh.
Mhm.
Of the tribe of Issachar, Igal, the son of Joseph. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Oshea, the son of Nun. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Paltai.
Or remember, 8, it's Oshea, but it's also who? Who else? What other name did he go by?
Joshua.
Right. So just so everybody's clear, Joshua was there. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Benjamin, Paltai, the son of Raphu. Of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel, the son of Zodai. Of the tribe of Joseph, namely the tribe of Manasseh, Gadai, the son of Susi. Of the tribe of Dan, Amiel, the son of Gamalai. Of the tribe of Asher, Sethur, the son of Michael. Of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabai, the son of Dophsi. Of the tribe of Gad, Guel, the son of Makai. These are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. And Moses called Oshea, the son of Nun, Joshua. And Moses sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, Get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land, what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many. And that the land is that, and what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad. And
Now,
what
let me
city-
ask y'all a question. The Most High is saying, go up here and see if they're strong, weak, and whether the land is good or bad. Did that matter? Why didn't it matter? Why is he saying, why is he telling them, go see if it's a good land? Go see if they're weak or strong. What's the significance of that? No, McGunn, you had your hand up.
What I get from it is to see like what it would say, to kind of test them, because he was going to give it to them regardless.
Right.
Just wanted to see what kind of spirit they were in.
Okay, that's a good answer. What you think? I'm on.
You said the same thing. Where was their faith at?
Right? Yeah. You know, think about it. The Most High said, I'm going to give you a good land. So really, what should have been in the minds, of these men is that if the Most High is promising it based off of all the previous works and his track record, then it doesn't matter how strong they are. We got this. It doesn't matter what we view the land as. The Most High is going to make it a good land.
That's right.
Right? So, again, you know, the spiritual lessons of their faith, of their belief, has the Most High said it and not done it? Is the Lord a man that he shall lie? Or the Son of Man that he shall repent? Right? These are the things that should have been ringing in the people's ears, especially of all people who? These 12 men, these 12 leaders, right? These 12 men, but these are the sentiments that should be ringing in our ears whenever things are presented to us. You know, you should be saying, well, wait a minute, who got me here? Whatever you're being brought through your battle, quote unquote, your fights, your fiery trial, whatever you want to call it, your ass whooping, your chastisement, whatever you want to, your lesson, your coaching moment, your teaching, whatever you want to put a label to it, it doesn't matter. Ask yourself, who brought me here?
That's right.
Who walked me to this path just far, and who's gonna walk me through it? Right? I know the thoughts that I have towards you. Thoughts of evil? Thoughts of evil?
Peace.
Thoughts of negative?
Peace.
Thoughts of contention?
Peace.
Right. Thoughts of peace and not of evil. So you have to ask yourself, if the Most High is trying to bring me peace, then why do I have the opposite? In certain situations, what?
Your outlook.
Your outlook. The way you view things. The way you allow yourself to be guided away from the proper discretion and discernment. Just like we're going to read about these 12 men. Their outlook was skewed. It wasn't that the Most High was bringing us somewhere bad. It wasn't that damn the Canaanites was something to be even worried about. Their outlook, their purity wasn't there as leaders, as men that were supposed to be heads of their tribes and heads of the people. Their outlook towards what the Most High was trying to bring them to was a bad outlook. Y'all see that? So again, more lessons in. Remember, this ain't just a story of us just walking through the wilderness. How did we get here? And we can all end up in our 40-year wilderness, wandering around, and not what? What did the people not do in 40 years?
Get understanding.
They didn't understand. They didn't grow. There was no growth. They got old, but they didn't grow. How do we know? Because when you fast forward into Joshua's time, we made the same mistakes. We made the same mistakes over and over and over until now. So there was no true spiritual understanding of what is the Most High. Why does he got me walking? Well, excuse me. Why do I got myself walking? Right? Because we had ourself walking for 40 years. Most High didn't do that. He promised it, and we went against even what was promised in the way we viewed the blessing.
Oh,
What? Say it.
we didn't trust him.
Yeah. Bottom line. We didn't trust him. We trusted our point of view more than having the proper foresight to see, wait a minute, what is the Most High, again, his track record, what has he done for us thus far? All everybody got to do is go back into their own life and say, wait a minute, he got me here thus far. What has he brought me through? What wilderness have I been through? We all got our own wilderness, right? Individually and then collectively, right? You got that spiritual, I always say it, you got a spiritual wilderness, you got a spiritual Noah's Ark, you got a spiritual tabernacle. What are you building it on? Where is the understanding of what I'm building? In what outlook? In what mind state? We see the mind state of the people in this time. We can't repeat their outlook and their mind state. Or else we'll just be spinning our wheels for the next 40 years, 50 years, and it's like, Jesus is black. Okay. Now what? Right? Go ahead, read on. Yeah, what?
You know, what comes to my mind in all of this, how they had to go check it out. Well, there's a promised land for us now, right? In the future, there's something stored up, the kingdom of heaven, granted to us. Now, which one of us got to go spy it out first, then come back and bring the report?
There ain't no opportunity.
You can't do it. What you gonna get dead then come back? I found out that the kingdom is real. Most High got it laid out for us. The streets of gold was real. He said it, but yeah, I found out for real. It's a real thing. Like
You died and came back.
like
Yeah.
who's gonna do that? We don't got that opportunity now.
It's all faith.
It's all faith, because without faith, it's what? It's impossible to please the Most High. It's like, okay, look, I gave y'all this opportunity back then. Now, this last generation, this end time generation, you got to step your game up. I'm not putting up with that I put up with in the past. Yes, sir.
It really boils down to this. We just gonna have to trust.
We don't
Yeah.
have to trust.
We got no choice. Now there is no opportunity to go see go search out and go get a cluster of grapes to understand the beauty of what's going to be given to us. Now you got to do what? He said it. It's all faith. It's all hope. It's all trust in who? The Most High. And you got to put in work. You got to dig deep. You got to dive in hopes that your works and your faith are good enough to get you to the next level. That's it's a beautiful but scary thing. Because remember the scripture? We did works, we prophesied in your name. Right. Flee from me, I never knew you, you worker of iniquity. God. So now your works and your faith got to be embedded in what?
Faith.
No. Your intentions are also a part of your faith and works. What are you intending to build? And why? What are your intentions? Are you trying to look good? Sound good? You trying to you trying to get money? What are you doing it for? Joel Osteen and these cats, they prophesy in the name of the Lord.
Yep.
They do, but what's their intention? Right? What's their intention? Dollar bills, y'all. To look good, to profit. So the question is, now your intention comes into play along with your faith and with your works. Right? Why do I want to be a leader? Like, what's my guy? No, don't put that like that. What's my guy? Korah, Dathan. Why do they want to be leaders? Not to be a prophet to the people, not to be a benefit, but they thought it was owed to them. They got swallowed up. We'll get to that next week. They got swallowed up because their intentions weren't pure. They wanted to do the works. They wanted to have the faith, but their intentions didn't line up. They didn't have a pure heart towards what it was. So now they get swallowed up in the floor. Out of here.
And guess what? People getting swallowed up today. You getting swallowed up in the world. The mouth of the world is so wide open, and it accepts anybody.
Hell has enlarged her borders.
Definitely.
Yep.
So as you start to fall off and you want the position, you want the power, you're doing it with the wrong intentions, the wrong motives, Most High's not dealing with it. Right. You want to get the riches, you want to have the glory in the kingdom right now, you're building it right here in America, Most High not messing with it. He's going to bring you down along with America. You're going to have to suffer in torment and get regenerated, and Lord knows how long that's going to last. I had someone tell me, oh, well, I'm going to just die and suffer the punishment and then be regenerated in the kingdom. Bro, you don't know how long that's going to take.
Some will be risen to everlasting life, some to everlasting contempt.
God.
Don't tempt the Most High. Let's read on.
Verse 19.
Right?
And what cities they be that they dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds. And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not.
See, he's testing. First of all, are you a student of history? What did he promise Abraham? A land flowing with milk and honey. So why do I got to second guess that? That was promised to the forefather. Fast forward a few years, did y'all forget being in Egypt? Well, yeah, we did. We forgot.
Got a lot of things.
That 400 years, yeah, we left off on a lot of history, a lot of the things that was promised. We forgot about that. Egypt ruined us because we were still caught up in the Egyptian lifestyle. We were still caught up in the leeks, the onions, the this, the that, the melons.
Yeah.
This manna, right? It's loathsome to our souls. So he was testing. Did y'all forget? Because I haven't. I didn't forget y'all. I pulled y'all up out of Egypt. So y'all forgot what I promised, but I came and got y'all. I sent angels, messengers. I got angels rolling with y'all in chariots, day and night. Y'all already forgot. We forgot from day to day that the Most High was rolling with us. Go ahead.
It's almost like, in a sense, like the Most High just got common to us. You know, like you got this chariot that just floats with you. It was something special at first, but then now it's just, oh, there's a chariot. It's just common. It's nothing special. It's nothing glorious. You start taking it for granted. It's like how a wife will take for granted her husband. He's common to her because he's always there. Oh, I don't have to be as respectful to him because he's just always there. It's not like
he's supposed to be there.
He's supposed to be there. That's what he's supposed to be doing. And it even goes vice versa. Even goes with the husband taking the wife for granted, not appreciating the things that she does and the position that she holds. It's just like, oh, she's there, yeah, she's just supposed to do it. Instead of being thankful and knowing that this was a gift from the Most High. This is something that the Most High gave you as a helpmeet.
Right.
Don't take it for granted. And so then all the plagues and all the wondrous works that the Most High did for our nation, it's like our people just sat back and was like, oh, it's common. It's like this should happen. But then even in that common thinking, they should be like, oh, Promised Land is us. This is ours. They should still know that the Most High got them. But then in the downgrading of him, they downgraded the Most High to their level. Instead of still keeping him in high esteem, it's like in a job environment, right? You got your regular worker, you got your supervisor, you got your manager, you got your the area leader, you got the CEO, president, right? So if let's say the area leader starts hanging out with the regular worker more, and then the regular worker don't have the same respect for him as the area leader. And it's like, you sure that's right? And it's like, what do you mean? You second guessing me? This is my position. I've been doing this. Nah, but I think it should be done like this, or I think it can be better. And it's like, bro, you don't understand my power, my pull, what I've been doing for the company thus far, and now you're second guessing my ability just because we hang out. It's the Most High got common to us. So it's like, oh, we got to fact check the Most High now because he's a man like us. But that's how that mindset started hitting the people. You can read on.
And be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rahab, as men come to Hamath, And they ascended by the south, and came unto Hebron, where Ahiman, Shinat, Shishai, and Tamai, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came unto the brook of Eshau, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they bare it between two upon a staff. And they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. The place was called the brook Eshau, because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days.
So check it. The Most High, he sent them in the time of, it said it was the time of the grapes, right? Didn't it say that earlier?
Yeah.
So he picked a time to give them what? What were the grapes? What was that as the sign of? Well, I just said it. What?
They were at their full strength.
Right? So the grapes were a sign that the land was fruitful. To the point that how many men had to carry one cluster? On a what?
Oh, man.
On the staff.
Right. Now just think about that.
Wow.
I want you to think about that.
It's heavy.
A cluster of grapes 2 men had to carry. Just think about it. When you look at grape, you're like, oh, that cluster of grapes, little on a plate, boom, right? You boop, right? Boop. Imagine how powerful that land was. Excuse me, how fertile. When the Most High said, I'm gonna give you the fertile land, I don't think y'all get it for grapes to be that heavy.
Grapefruit size.
For 2 men to have to carry a cluster, what that land was about. And that was the ultimate, that was the ultimate signification of that land. Like, look, something so small as grapes that you just step on and make wine, they're gonna be heavy enough for that 2 men gotta carry them out the land. So when these 2 men are walking with a staff, you know, usually you see 2 men walking with a staff with a damn goat hanging from it. Right? Some type of carcass.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that brother's got a goat. Oh, wait, no, those are grapes. So you can only imagine that they were able to take the grapes. Wow. Eat the grapes, taste the grapes. Probably got drunk off the damn grapes. Right? But he gave them this sign to show how beautiful this land was going to be. Just, I want y'all to think about it. It's grapes. Why did he choose grapes of all things? Because they're so small and significant. But for 2 men to have to carry a cluster, that right there should have sparked in their brain. Let's just go take this land. We need this. Right? This is going to be beneficial for us. Look at what the Most High is promising us. What?
That means that when you read it, what I'm reading is like everywhere else,
Tissue.
the grapes were actually small compared to what this land was giving out. For them to bring
Basically.
it back.
Basically.
Right.
This wasn't no regular Rudy Poo land.
Right.
This wasn't no regular Rudy Poo Egypt. Right? You crying about leeks and onions. I'm going to show you a grape the size of an onion. Basically. I'm going to give you a grape the size of a plum.
God.
Grapefruit.
Now, think about it. For those that know the story, you get the grapes, you get the figs, you get, what else they brought? Grapes, figs, what else?
Pomegranates.
Pomegranates. He gave them things that were common to them, but he gave them these things in a way that it wasn't common because of the voluptuousness, right? The robustness of the figs, the grapes, the pomegranate. I mean, you can only imagine if a cluster of grapes was 2 men had to carry, how big were the pomegranates? How nice were those figs? Right? And what happened after we got the sign? Okay, now, I know y'all know, like, oh damn, they forsook the sign. Again, we can't be like them when the Most High gives you the confirmations in your life, and you're like, I know it's the Father, I know it's the Most High, he's talking to me, and all these different things. You can't be like us in the wilderness and forsake the sign, because then you'll be just like them in their punishment. You'll be wandering around in the truth aimlessly. Your spirit won't have an anchor. Go to Matthew's. 16 and 4. And this is why this says this. It's not that a sign is a bad thing. It's what are you doing with it? You gonna read? Go ahead, read.
Matthew chapter 16 and 4.
Read.
And weren't
A wicked
and
adulterous generation seeketh
after a
sign. A sign.
sign.
Right. So a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. But is it the sign, or is it the fact that you disregard it after you get it? Here's all the signs. Here's all the confirmation. Here's the dreams. Here's the visions. Here's the apparitions. Here's all the prophecies. Here's all the things you need. It's like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You know what made me think about Gideon? Remember, it was like, all right, look, I'm gonna put the fleece out. If the fleece is wet in the morning, then I know you with me. And it's like, okay, fleece wet in the morning. And it's like, okay, you know what? Let's reverse this.
We need something else.
It's like, let me do it again. Like, if the fleece dry and it's wet all around the fleece, then I'm gonna believe you with me. It's like, why we got to keep going to signs?
It's like, do we need to? But that's why the Most High. That's why the Most High in Christ be smacking us so hard, because He gives you the Most High speak once, yea twice, and the perception. See, it goes back to your perception, what you want to see. We talked about it the other day about logic. Too many times we go off of our logic and what seems to be logical, and the Most High don't care about your logic. He said, your thoughts are not my thoughts. Your ways are not my ways. So the way we think about and view things is obscured from the way the Most High wants us to see things. Look at this sign. The whole world is dying. Right? Niggas is dying at an all-time rate in them streets. Right? But why do our people still buck against the signs? Because of their perception. Oh, this is just how life is supposed to be. This is just how it is. No, it's not. Life was supposed to be grapes, where two men can carry them. Not them real raggedy Rudy Poo grapes in Kroger with no seeds in them. Right? Not those little, you get them and they got the white fuzz on them already. They're already rotting. That wasn't what the Most High intended. Oh, you walk in. Oh, guess that's life. Let me just pick the lesser of the evil, the one with the less fuzz and bacteria on it, right? And you accept it. Where there was supposed to be something greater, but you missed the signs. We got to stop missing the signs and understand what is the Most High. Let me ask y'all a question. I want to see if y'all are riding with me on this. Where do the signs come from? Most of the time. Where do they come from? What do y'all think? The things that the Most High is trying to show us, and He gives it to us in these signs and these different things. Where do you think they come from?
A lot of times, the sign can come from the people that you know, your family, right? The people around you.
But through what? You're right. They're always going to come through people because we're people and we deal with each other through what? What?
The experiences of others.
Right, which are the lessons. But are you doing what Job, like when people go through things, what's the first thing we say? Somebody get hit by a car, Most High is doing what?
Checking me.
Most High is checking them, right? Now, that's one outlook. But didn't Job's friends accuse him of being wicked because the Most High was checking him? Was he? Right. So, what am I trying to show y'all? To broaden your outlook on when things are happening around you. Don't just mark it up as a check, because it might be a check to you. It might be something for you to look at and say, damn, why is this person going through this and what am I doing? Broaden your outlook on how the Most High operates. Open up your perspective and stop marking everything up and putting everything in one box. It ain't always a check. Sometimes people go through things right in front of your face to see how you're going to react and how you're going to judge. And if you're not sitting back and saying, where's the lesson, which we a lot of the times tend to not do, right? We don't say, where's the lesson? What should I be learning in this? Because when somebody else is going through their trial, their battle, their check, I'm going to use all those words because you can't really tell in the moment always. Are you asking yourself, where's the lesson? Be honest, no. You're not, right? No, you're just saying, damn, they're going through it. But what are you supposed to be picking up? What are we supposed to be learning from what they're going through? Do you ever say, damn, they're going through this right now. Could be me next. How did they go through? They're out there, right? They're out there stealing catalytic converters, right? I could be the next one, right? This person got their catalytic converter stolen. How did they deal with it? What wisdom did they use? Did they panic? Did they go crazy? I could be the next one. I drive a car too. I'm using that because it happened to a sister here in the school. They stole her catalytic converter right at the mall. So do I stop going to the mall or do I take different precautions or find out what's going on? Or do I judge her as just wicked? Nah, you look for the lesson. What is the Most High trying to show me? But if you're not looking for those signs and those Most High speak once, yea, twice, those confirmations, then you'll miss. You'll overlook what the Most High is really trying to bring you to. By what? Just chalking things up as one thing.
Yeah. Where's your compassion? Where's your love? Where's your charity?
All those different things. Yeah, it's all those different things. We all go through things amongst each other to constantly prove each other. So whatever a person is going through might not even be for them. It might be for your selfish ass, excuse my language, to show, wait, are you going to help them in the time of need? Yeah, or are you just going to be selfish and be an onlooker like, man, that sucks.
Be warm and well fed. I'll
Right.
pray for you.
I'll pray for you. Or are you going to be the helping hand? Are you going to be the charitable one? Like, all these things are important. These are all the things that we missed 40 years walking. These are all the things that we forgot about in Egypt. We didn't remember to be compassionate on one another. We didn't remember to be unified. We remembered to be about ourselves and to complain and to murmur and to try to be on top and to try to be leaders and to try to have stature, but we forgot about the weightier things. What's that?
I do that whenever a brother or sister, they come to me and they talk to me what's going on. My job is to actually try to figure out what's the way to help them. That's what I do.
That's all of our jobs.
That's just point blank,
That's all of our jobs. How can we be at service? How do we minister to the saints, right? Because I might need ministering to one day. Who's ready? Right? God. I might be ministering to one day, and who knows in what way, right? You got to be ready, but you got to understand we got to understand why we deal with the things that we deal with in such close quarters. Well, for one, we're always around each other. Iron is going to sharpen iron, but how? How do I get sharpened by what y'all go through? How do y'all get sharpened by what you see me deal with? That's the thing. How is he going through what he's going through? What is he using? What is he applying? How is his outlook? What is his perspective? Right? But I know a lot of the things that y'all deal with, because we counsel. But then I come back and say, okay, they're going through this. How are they dealing with it? How are they taking it? Why do I chalk up those experiences as mine? Because give it some time and guess what? I'm going to go through the same thing. Right? The same thing is going to try to walk up to my doorstep. And I got to be able to handle that. You see that? I got to be able to deal with it. Nobody is exempt. Ecclesiasticus, the 2nd chapter, is across the board. It just level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You just going up levels. As your spirit increases, so does the trial. So does the tribulation. So does the affliction. I said tribulation, right? It just goes up, man. So go ahead, read on.
That's my portion.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Where'd you end at?
And there
25.
Hold on, no, not you. Noah.
13:25.
Oh yeah, he's done.
Right, no, you could drop that. I just wanted that beginning part. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. You read that?
Okay.
Right, so they went 40 days searching the land. Think about it. You got to sit there for 40 days. You know they was eating them grapes and kicking it, drinking that water, breathing in that old good Canaanite air. Right? Extra oxygenated. Oh, they got to live off the land for 40 days and didn't die. They didn't even get caught. Remember, they were spies. 12 men spying out of land and didn't even get caught. Damn. Where's your belief and faith? Right? Any questions so far on the reading? Emery, I know you got a question. We'll get to that after. Anything on the reading? Nope. Next reader. Make sure you paying attention, bro. No, not yet. You'll know.
I'm one Isaiah, Sabbath Yahweh, Bang Yashala, men of Israel. I might do. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatham.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Brakatah. Let's love this.
Okay. Great. Where we at?
Numbers chapter 13, verse 26.
Yep.
Forgive me, y'all. I don't have my glasses, so do the best I can. Numbers chapter 13, verse 26. And they went and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the congregation of the children of Israel unto the wilderness of Paran and Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, We came unto the land whither thou sendest us, and surety it floweth with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwell in the mountains.
So Amalek on one part, Ham on the, so Esau, right? in one spot, ham in another. What else is new? They all up on us right now. Right? What else is new? Right? Like, why y'all tripping? You can only imagine, like, but man, they're just so big and strong. You're just complaining. You can only imagine it, right? Like some little wimps. Go ahead.
And the Canaanites dwell by the sea, by the coast of Jordan. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up at once and possess it.
Wait, he said do what?
Let us go up at once and possess it.
See, what was Caleb on? What was Caleb on? What?
He was on knowing that the Most High was with them, and that if they just follow and do what they needed to do, the Most High would fulfill His purpose.
Caleb was on straight, just faith, belief, hoping for the good, all the pure outlook. Caleb was just, let's get it. Ephraimite. Ephraim.
Scripture.
Huh?
Scripture.
What you got?
Psalms 3, verse 6.
Read
It
it.
says, I would not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. So that was
Caleb, why? Because curse is the man that trusted in man. He wasn't trusting in he wasn't trusting in what he could do in his ability to go fight war and wield a sword. He was trusting in the Most High's ability based off of what? All the previous things that he did. Could no man part the Red Sea? Could no man kill the firstborn of Egypt? No man brought frogs, plagues, flies, pestilence, hail mingled with fire? That right there would have got me. I think. I don't know. Or I might have been like one of the other 12 retards that didn't believe. I don't know. Who knows? Right? But something should have got these men's minds to understand that, look at all the things the Most High has done previously. Forgetful hearers, forgetful seers. You can't forget the point is this, you can't forget your experiences that the Most High has brought you through. Anybody in here dead? There it is. So you got a plethora of experience to draw from, to go back into and say, man, the Most High brought me through this. He brought me through this. Anybody in here missing limbs? Fingers, toes, ears? Anybody get their ear chopped off? Right? Anybody maimed? Nobody, right? The point, you see my point? Like, but think about the things you've been through where you could have been. Listen, I was mowing the grass yesterday. Oh my gosh. I was mowing the grass yesterday and the mower was going. I'm holding the little throttle and I'm moving the trash can, so I kind of stepped to the side of the mower. And bro, I put my foot under the mower. And it didn't hit my toe, but there was a real eerie feeling when I looked and I drew, and I was like, whoa. That could have, and I had on these real thin Adidas shoes. If that would have hit my toe would have been part of the grass. It would have been fertilizer. You know, and I thought about that. I paused the mower. I went, sat in the car, reflected on my life. Like, damn, I could have been without a toe. What am I going to do? I had to bandage that boy up and keep moving. Right? Just keep it rolling. That was my toe story. But the point is, but again, why am I talking about that? Well, because that almost happened. I'll give you another one that happened the day before. That almost happened, and then y'all know I got that ottoman in my house. The ottoman that lifts up. So I brought the baby downstairs and put her on the couch, and we keep the diapers and the wipes inside the ottoman. So I lifted it. I lifted it, and I wasn't paying attention, and her arm went in, and I'm coming down, and then she pulled her arm out, but it didn't crush her arm. I wasn't paying attention. I just kind of reached in and just closed it, and I closed it hard, and I'm like, damn, I could have hyperextended her whole elbow. So that happened in the toe thing, and I'm like, okay, what's the Most High trying to show me here? I got to be more on point. I got to pay attention to the way I'm moving. I got to slow things down. I got to do things the right way. Because somebody's going to get hurt badly if I'm not paying attention. So that put me in the mind, like, but that's the first thing I did. When the baby thing happened and the lawnmower thing happened, I just paused everything and sat in the car for a second. And I asked, okay, what are you trying to show me? And it's, you got to pay attention. Yeah. You got to move a certain way. You got to watch the people around you. You got to watch yourself. You know, that's what you got to do in these times. Don't just overlook the signs and the things that are there and chalk it up to, oh, that was almost it would have been a bad accident. Yeah, of course it would have been, but were there other signs to help you prevent the next bad accident?
From just your story and the things that I've gone through too, I can't get so comfortable.
Right.
That I don't think that just in my comfort,
Mm-hmm.
that things are not going to happen. Because when you get comfortable, you stop being cognizant of, being careful.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching your surroundings and the people you encounter and so on and so forth. You get comfortable.
Yeah.
And the Most High has to do something to be like, yo, you're not supposed to be comfortable. Stop.
But the Most High is so merciful that He'll give you the this could have happened. He'll give you the Most High speak once, yea twice. But you have to be the one to perceive what's happening. Our perception gotta come up. That would have been bad. I thought of, like, my toe ain't nothing. My daughter's elbow, I was like, dude, I looked at her arm, I was like, wow. Yeah, her arm would have been right in that ottoman, and I kind of just left, I looked and I was like, yeah, her arm would have definitely, what would I have done? What would I have said? Like, my bad? Gotta be more careful. Perception. What is the Most High trying to show me with these slight near brushes, right? These near brushes with faith. What is He trying to show me? What is He trying to warn me of? And am I paying attention? Go ahead, read on.
For we are well able to overcome it. Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said...
What was Caleb going off of? The experience of Egypt. We overcame the Egyptians. Not through ourselves, but through the Most High. Go ahead.
We be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we.
So were the Egyptians. How did they get defeated? See, these men trusted in themselves. Go ahead.
Even in that, they weren't trying to think. They weren't trying to think
at all
past what they seen. They weren't trying to say, okay, this is a situation. How can we overcome? Yeah, the Most High is with us, but how do we use what we got that the Most High has provided us with to overcome? They didn't think there's like, oh, nope, game over. We can't do this. It's a nice land. Yep, everything is great over there, but we can't do it. It's a lot of situations in life, and the truth, we always got to think through something. How are we going to get past this hurdle? How are we going to get to the next step, the next level? And the situations in life is, let's say this, the light bill's due. The pink notice came in. Money is needed to pay the bill. It's like, oh, I don't got it. Lights getting shut off. Lay down, die. Or do you say, okay, well, I know so-and-so owed me something. Let me hit them up. Let me hit up the job. Let's see if I can get a little bit of an advance. You know what? Let me see if I can get a credit card real quick and use that card to pay the bill. It's like, do you start trying to figure out a way to make it happen? Or you're just like, oh, can't do it. Take me.
Lay down and die.
Lay down and die? No, you got to start thinking, how can I overcome this? How can I get past this hurdle in life? The promised land is ours. Okay, we have hurdles, tall hurdles, big hurdles. How do we get around this? How do we overcome in this situation? The Most High is with us. Hey, everybody, let's get together. Hey, Moses, Aaron, communicate with the Most High. The land is nice, but we've got to figure a way to get these giants out the land. let's come up with a game plan. There was no let's come together and come up with a game plan. It was like, no, we can't do it. Lay down and die. No, and it's the same thing with our lives. Hey, I'm going through this. Let me communicate with the brother next to me. Hey, I'm going through this situation. How do I overcome this? How do I get past the situation in my life? Or do you let every little situation in life hit you and you just lay down and die? Or you gonna press the reset button and take yourself out? Oh, I can't handle this. Game over. No, we gotta come together, counsel. How can we get past this situation and move on forward? Keep moving forward. Brothers are always counseling. Always. Like always. This is what's going on. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. What do you think about this? What do you think? What do you think? How we can get past this? How can we do this? How can we put this together? How can we continue to move forward? Here in the story, they weren't thinking about moving forward. All they seen was the obstacles. And I can take it back to church, but God is bigger than your obstacles. The Most High is the Most High for a reason. There is nothing higher than Him. There is nothing greater than Him. So even our little obstacles, well, shoot, let's go to the Most High in prayer. We just came through this whole war zone of Egypt and this onslaught of miracles that the Most High has brought us through. Shoot, hit up. I'm saying shoot a lot again. Hit up Aaron. Hit up Moses. Look, communicate with the Most High. Ask him, how do we get through this? That wasn't the thought. The thought was, we can't do it. Negativity. Not thinking our way through it, but just laying down and dying. We can't have this mindset nowadays either. You got to keep pushing. What were you going to say?
The more minds that you put more into something, the more creative it's going to become. You know, your mind is made to be creative on any situation that you're in. The more you think on it, the more you can be more creative. Like look at all the inventors. Let's say the first mop was invented by a so-called black woman, right? How did she do it? When she was down there on the ground, she had to think her way onto getting out of that problem, standing up and doing the mop. The problems that you go through, the Most High puts you in these situations so you can think yourself out of them. And that you become creative in your thinking. So
You're absolutely right. Now, in these situations, we didn't have to create anything.
right.
Nope.
We didn't have to create no path. We didn't have to mop our way out. There was nothing for us to have to think too hard on. Let me ask y'all a question, and let's see if y'all remember. When the people murmured against Moses, what did he do? What did it say he did right away?
He would pray to the Most High.
Thank you. He would just pray right in front of them. He said he dropped to his face and prayed. He didn't go back and forth. He didn't murmur with them. He just prayed. And what happened? Shut them down. Each and every time. Right? Each and every time. When Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses, what did he do? Just prayed. Right? And then the Most High worked on his behalf. Each and every time. These things were done in front of the people so they could understand, how do we deal with situations? We don't have to invent nothing. Prayer was already there.
Yes, sir.
Do what was already being done. That's it. Seek the old path. Seek the old way. Pray. Right? Ask the Most High. David did it. Saul didn't. Samuel did it. Other prophets did it. Some kings did it. Some kings didn't. But when you see the result from each and every person, but it was done for us to see and understand what's the way that's going to work. Do I got to invent a way to get my problem solved, or do I just got to have faith, believe, and pray about my situation? What?
I have a scripture.
Okay, go ahead.
It's on how Moses, whenever there was a problem, whenever there was an issue, it went to the Most High. You have Jacob, when he was back against Esau, he prayed to the Most High.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
I was oftentimes in danger of death,
So go ahead.
Yet I was delivered because of these things. The spirit of those that fear the Lord shall live, for their hope is in him that saveth them. Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear nor be afraid, for he is his hope.
For he is his hope, the Most High, not himself, not another man, right? The hope is in the Lord, right? Jump back to Numbers. Shemali.
Before you go and read, it was something Doc said. I had a great scripture on something.
Go ahead. What you got?
It's Second Esdras chapter 7. It says 6. It says, there is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Right. So talking about the entrance to the kingdom, but the point was that it was a good place already built. Right. You're going back further into the convo, right? That we had about that. Right. Got you.
What scripture was that, brother?
Second Ezra 7. Jump back. Oh, what?
No, I was just telling you, it was 6.
6. My
6
bad.
through 8.
Oh, 7, 6, and 8. 6 through 8. Yeah. Jump back to Numbers.
Numbers chapter 13 and verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it, it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof, and all the people that we saw in it are men of a great stature. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers.
We were what?
In our own sight as grasshoppers.
Yeah, as a man thinketh. You think you're a grasshopper, you're going to be one. You're going to move like one. You think you're a lion, you're going to move like one. Right? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. We downgraded ourselves. We downgraded the Most High. Go to Isaiah real quick, 40. Go to Isaiah 40 and 22 real quick. For 21. Somebody get it before Noah.
Okay.
Right? Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, and verse 21.
Go ahead.
Have ye not known?
Right?
Have ye not heard?
Read.
Hath it not been told you?
But
from
it had
the beginning?
it had been told, it had been known, it had been seen. Go ahead.
Have you not understood from the foundations of the earth?
That was the problem. We didn't understand what was going on. We lacked understanding through our own ignorance and through our own outlook. Go ahead.
It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth.
Go ahead.
And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers.
Some of the inhabitants.
The inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers.
See, in the eyes of the Most High, everything's a grasshopper. Everything's a worm. Everything is less than. We should have been looking at the Most High's perspective and not our own. Our perspective downgraded ourselves and downgraded the abilities of the Most High. Where the Most High is like, they grasshoppers too. Giants? Puh. They ain't giants. They big, but they ain't smart, right? Look at David. What he did to Goliath. Took him out with stones and a sling through the power of the Most High. Go ahead.
That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in.
Go ahead.
That bringeth the princes to nothing.
This is what the Most High would have did for us. He would have broke them princes of the Canaanites, the Anak, all of them. He would have broke them down. Go ahead.
He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity.
Read.
Yea, they shall not be planted.
Go ahead.
Yea, they shall not be sown.
Read.
Yea, their stock shall not take root in the earth. And he shall also blow upon them.
He would have did what?
Blow upon them.
Most High would have blew them out the way, man. Like, you just get away from me. He would have just blew them out the land. All we had to do was believe and show up. Show up looking like we wanted to do something. Go ahead.
And they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble.
25.
To whom then will ye liken me, or shall I be equal?
And that's the problem. We try to make the Most High equal with our thinking.
Yeah.
Our man's thinking, the weak nature, the weak thoughts. That's why he said, put now thou from you the weak nature. The weak thoughts, the weak nature mentality. That's where we live. We live in the can't do's. We live in the can't do. I can't do that. I don't know how that's gonna get done. I don't know why. We live in the I don't. I can't. I won't. Most High is like, I will, you can, we will. You shall. Right? But we, again, our thinking downgraded the situation. Go ahead.
Saith the Holy One.
Right. So, again, reminders, man. How are you thinking about what the Most High is bringing you through? Are you on the, I can't, it's too much? Well, what did he promise? That he won't bring you through something that you can't handle. So if he said that, is he a liar?
No.
Or you just have a bad outlook on things and you're not tapping into all the resources around you? It's the latter. It ain't that the Most High is a liar. It's that you're not seeing how you can apply yourself in these moments and situations to succeed.
Right.
That's it on that. Go back.
It's funny. Just listening. I had this situation when I was on the truck. I was on the truck with Michael, and I definitely didn't have that can-do spirit. I thought we were gonna have a great day, nice load. First stop, the clutch cable broke, and I just threw up my hand like, "We're done. We're done. Game over. We're done today." I was like, "We're gonna get towed. We're not working no more today."
That definitely didn't happen. Hell no. I remember that day. That definitely didn't happen.
Nope, it didn't happen.
Y'all gonna get this done.
Hit up Laah Rob, hit up Quatazab. Laah Rob came through like Superman, floating through with his Jeep. Hit up I'm a one metas. Everybody.
We orchestrated the plan. Like, okay, you go here. We dispersed the items, and it got done.
It got done.
And they were like, "How'd you guys do that?"
That was my moment. I was just like,
It's
game over. Game
By
over.
the grace and power of the Most High, by putting our minds together,
Yeah.
by using wisdom, by not just going with the first mind to just give in. Like that first mind to give in, that's always going to be there until you conquer even that spirit.
Yes, sir.
You can't. Your first mind can't be the doubt, because then, if that's your first mind, it's harder to get out of that mind as time goes on. As you settle into that mind, it's harder to get out of that. Yeah. We're not supposed to be. He said he didn't give us a spirit of fear, but what?
Power, love, and a sound mind.
Yeah. Where's your sound mind at? Where does that come from? Where does the soundness of mind come from? Right. Again, going back into your experiences and understanding who got me here and who brought me through. That's where your soundness of mind should come from. The wisdom, right? That's wisdom. Your experiences are wisdom if you got through your whatever trial unscathed, right?
Yep.
You correctly applied knowledge. Well, you're supposed to look at that and say, man, there is a soundness of mind and peace knowing that the Most High got me.
That's
true.
Where we at?
Numbers chapter. Let's go with Numbers chapter 14.
Yeah, any questions on 13? If not, read on.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried.
Hold on real quick. So there's a question. My question, 40 years in the wilderness was teaching the law for them to learn? That took them 40 years to learn? Okay. No, 40 years in the wilderness wasn't to teach us the law. 40 years in the wilderness was to show us our lack of faith, our lack of belief, our lack of outlook, our lack of hoping for the good. The things that we lacked, the 40 years was the punishment for not trusting in the Most High, that he was going to continue to fulfill his word. So it wasn't to teach us the law we were already doing that. It was to remind us to have faith in the Most High. And it's going to tell us as we read on. Go ahead.
Number chapter 14, verse 1.
Right.
And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried,
Yeah.
and the people wept that night. And all the children of Israel murmured against Moses and against Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole congregation said unto him, would God that
Some of the congregation?
the whole congregation said unto him.
These niggas collectively went into faithless mode. The whole congregation, not one. Well, we know there was 4 men that actually were on top of it. Aaron, Moses, Caleb, Joshua. Right? But everybody else, they collectively doubted. They collectively doubted. Go ahead.
Would God that we had died in the land of Egypt? Or would God we had died in the wilderness?
Of course. If he wanted you to die in Egypt, he would have left you there. Don't you get it? If he wanted you to die somewhere, he wouldn't have went through all that whole orchestration of events to get you out of that. If he just wanted you to die, he would just let you die to death. Stay under bondage. We were dying in Egypt. That's why we was crying out, oh Lord, God help us, Yahweh. It hurts. God, why us? You know how black people are. You want to cry to God, why me? My baby, my this, my that. He hurt us, right? Because we collectively, in unity, had the same mind state of take us out of this. But now we're collectively in the same mind state of, you know what? Let's just go back. Why? You trying to kill us? So you know we're going to get hurt.
God.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. And wherefore hath the Lord brought us unto this land, to fall by sword,
Ugh.
that our wives and our children should be a prey? Were it not better for us to return unto Egypt?
First of all, the Most High, the way that he was taking us to the promised land, what was one of the things he said that he didn't bring us to the land of the Philistines? Why? What?
Because he didn't want us to see the war and the warfare and get afraid.
Right.
Go back to Egypt.
Yep. We didn't even touch war yet, and Cass was shrinking under the what ifs, the apprehension, the anxiety of the moment, which there was no anxiety. Nothing's happening. You got grapes, you got wine, you got figs, you got water, you got animals, you got manna, you got all these great things, and you got anxiety? What the hell's your problem?
Straight fear.
Yeah. Fear and cowardice. Go ahead.
And they said one to another, let us make a captain, and let us return into Egypt.
This is funny to me, man. I gotta laugh. They was trying to transfer power, right? Let's make a captain. They were trying to Israelite coup, right? Let's overthrow Moses. Let's get rid of Aaron. Let's make us a captain. Who's gonna stand up for us and bring us back into Egypt? Who gonna ride? Who's gonna spearhead the movement? Go ahead.
Then Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before.
No, they argued.
Fell on their faces.
They murmured against the people and
Fell on their faces.
go ahead.
Before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Right, they start praying, setting up prayers right in front of these guys and gals and children and women. Go ahead.
And Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were
Ephraim and Judah, right? Remember, when the tribes split, what were they called? Ephraim and Judah, right? Ephraim was the head of the 9.5. Judah was the head of the 2.5, right? Go ahead.
which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying, the land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land. If the Lord delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not against the Only rebel not ye against the Lord. Neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us.
They are what?
They are bread for us.
Yeah, man, we can eat them up. They're nothing. You need somebody courageous around you. Golly. Glad somebody stood up. Go ahead.
Their defense is departed from them, and the Lord is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation bade, stoned them.
You see that? You know why I like that? Their defense has departed from them. Because who was holding them up and made them big and made their walls glorious? It was the Most High. The Most High can use anybody that he wants. Right? When you go into the Josephus and it talks about the Sodomites. And it said that the Most High was looking out for them and helped them to build up. They trusted, but then they got prideful. And start not being pious towards the Most High, and they start becoming wicked. Most High, bro, he departed from them. Here goes brimstone and fire. Most High can be with anything that he wants to be. He could put his strength, his spirit on anything to use it for a lesson, right? Think about Nebuchadnezzar. When he told us when we was in Babylon, y'all gonna bow to Nebuchadnezzar. I'm gonna use Nebuchadnezzar to enslave you, and I'm gonna use him to go destroy Egypt for y'all. So he used the Babylonian king to enslave us, to punish us, but then to destroy our enemy. He put that strength in anybody that he wants. But then he could also take that strength. He says their defenses have departed, so the Most High was going to leave them defenseless. No strength. Their walls wouldn't matter, their size wouldn't matter. None of those things would have mattered. Caleb believed, but the rest of the people didn't believe it. Go ahead.
Verse 10. But all the congregation bade stone them with stones, and the glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation.
Why? Because it wasn't logical. It wasn't according to the logic of the consensus. This nigga's tripping. Stone him. Right? That's what they did to Stephen, right?
Yes.
He's tripping. He's too faith. He got too much faith. Let's get rid of him. This guy is too spiritual. Let's move them to the side so we can go fulfill our carnal lusts. That's always the mind of our people, man. It ain't never to, like Shadak was bringing out, to think past the hurdles. Damn, there's a hurdle in the way. Well, just drive over it. Well, it just looks real high. Just drive over it. Just keep going straight. Right? Just go straight or go at an angle. However you got to do it, but you can drive over it. But my tires, my suspension. No, you can handle it. You got it. But, excuse, you don't get nowhere. Go ahead.
Before all the congregation of Israel. Verse 11. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me? For all the signs which I have showed among them,
Right.
I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them.
Disinherit
Disinherit them, forgive me. And will make of thee a greater nation than mightier than they.
Yeah, he was like, bro, separate yourself from these people. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to raise up your nation, Moses. Now, here goes the examination of Moses' character once again. Because I ain't going to front. Me, I'd have been like, cool, you're right. You know what? Me and my family, we got this. Right? We killers. We ready. We stay ready. What did Moses do? Go ahead.
Verse 13. And Moses said unto the Lord,
Right?
Then the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them.
He politely and eloquently excused himself from not taking the humble road or the meek road. He didn't let the murmuring get to him, because, bro, the murmuring wasn't just them whispering. They were plotting to kill Moses. They murmured to stone him, right? So if you got cats plotting on your life, what do they teach us to do in the world? You gotta get rid of them first. Right? And if the Most High is going to kill them, then Yahweh, go ahead and kill them. Right? Because they murmured. Get rid of them, you're right, and then we can keep this thing going. But his meekness, enduring injury without resentment, not letting the consensus of the people have a bearing on the mission and on his spirit. Well, they made me think like that. They angered me. They made me do it. No, they didn't. You made yourself do it. You allowed yourself to fall in to their mind state. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And they would tell it to the inhabitants of this land, for they have heard that thou, Lord, are among us, are among this people, forgive me. That thou, Lord, art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud, and in a pillar of fire by night. Now if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because the Lord was not able to bring this people into a land which he sware unto them. Therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness. And now I beseech thee, let the power of my Lord be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying. That's it.
Oh, that's it for his reading. Yeah, Moses is just going in. He's just letting it be known, like, look, don't make yourself look bad. You know, these guys, they can still do it. They're good enough people. They're not worth killing. You know, just like Yahweh Shai stands in the gap for us. Moses was standing in the gap for us then. You know, Yahweh Shai is like, look, I'll die for them. Moses is like, look, I'll stand in the way for them. They're still worth it. They're still worth it. We're all still worth it. Because if we weren't, we'd be taken out right now. We'd all be dead. Nobody would be here. There would be no such thing as Israelites.
True.
If the Most High didn't still feel like we were worth it. Those of us that are still moving around.
So true.
The Most High knows what he's doing, and he knows why he does it. That's why he says that my thoughts are higher than yours. So we can't see things, we can't just continue to think about things in a two-dimensional sense of mind. We got to think more broader and bigger and continue to have faith and know that, look, Most High is with us for all of our situations. Most High, Moses was bringing it out, letting them know, like, look, I'm, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of what I was talking about earlier. The situations that come up, right? Something bad happens to somebody else, and is it because that the Most High is just checking this person, or is he trying to show you something too? So this situation was brought up for Moses to see where Moses was at. What's his character like? He could have easily just laid down and said, "Yep, you're right." Like Quadazop said, he would have did. I don't believe he would have did that though. But yeah, he could have just said, "Yeah, let's make a whole nation out of me, the Moselites." Yes, sis.
I'm glad that you bring that out. I'm going through a situation with my daughter where she needs to use my vehicle, and one of my youngest daughters, she doesn't have a car, so I said, well, you can use my vehicle for some days actually. So I was without a car for a while, and my youngest daughter needed to get some things done. And I told my middle daughter, I said, well, do this and that for her, and then so that way when you do bring my car back finally, I won't have to do all those other things. And she didn't do it. And so she said, it just didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense for me to do that, and I had to do this and do that. And so I'm glad we had that class. But I'd already told her, I said, well, did it make sense for me to be without my car for a whole week? That let me know the mindset that you were in, because it did make sense for me to be without my car, but it didn't make sense for you to not help your sister in a situation where she needed help. I said, so what it meant to me is that you just didn't want to do it, So I was showing her that, you know,
Yep.
I'm always trying to use wisdom. I don't always get it right, but in that situation, I knew that that's what it was about. And then they still used to go to the store and all of that. I said, well, does it make sense for me right now, after going through all of this, that I still need to go to the store and do this and that? But then that makes us push harder to be able to do those things. So those teaching moments, you
Yep.
know, I had to show her, like, it doesn't make sense for me to do all those other things, but yet I'm still doing it because I'm trying to help you and show you the right way to do it. It doesn't feel good to me, but I'm doing it because I know it's the right thing to do and also to teach you. So she was just bawling her eyes out crying, you know, but, you know, that was just a moment I had to let her know, like, no, you're good in some areas, but here you need to work on this area as well, you know. So I'm just glad we brought that out because, you know, I'm actually going through that same thing like right now.
Perfect. That's a perfect scenario. The Most High brings up situations just to see where everyone's at. And if he used I'm a one, does that mean that I'm a one is the wicked off out of spirit? It's to see who else is out of the spirit. Not who else, but he might be the sacrificial lamb for the moment to see where I'm at, where he's at, what we're going to do, how we're going to react. And like how you said in the situation, it just revealed something that your daughter needs to work on, where she's lacking. Was it really that the vehicle situation? Well, the vehicle situation just presented the opportunity to reveal this. Same thing here. This situation presented the opportunity for Moses to show where he's at and how he is. That's why Moses was called the meekest man, right?
Yep.
Con. Anybody anything else? Oh, that was the end of your reading, right? Right, next reader.
Setting records.
Shama Allah, Shama the Shah, Yahawada, Bang Yashala, Men of Israel, Amadim. Corrupt.
Yahweh Shem Hashem Bakathon.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Brakatah.
So it's gonna be him, and then who else? Meyer. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. My gun.
No, he's here. We're here, right?
Yeah, work.
Right, so him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You, no. Oh, I got you. Okay, right next. Yeah.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 18. The Lord is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people according to the greatness of thy mercy. And as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt even until now. And the Most High said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Most High. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice, surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers. Neither shall any of them that provoke to me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and had followed me fully, him I will bring into the land whereunto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwell in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And the Most High spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, How long shall I bear with this evil congregation, which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurs of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Say unto them, As truly as I live, said the Most High, as ye have spoken in my ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in this wilderness, and all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, for 20 years old and upward, which have murmured against me. Verse 30. Doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun. But you little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in this wilderness. And your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years, and bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. Wow. After the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise.
Who breached the promise? We did.
Wow.
We're the ones that breached this promise. So this is the punishment. So, I mean, 40 days, 1 year per day. So now you understand where the 40 years came from. We spied out the land for 40 days. So he said, okay, one year for each day.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Verse 35. I, the Most High, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me. In this wilderness they shall be consumed, and there they shall die. And the men which Moses sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men that did bring up the ill report upon the land died by the plague before the Most High.
The leaders get hit first, huh?
Right? Judgment will begin in my sanctuary first. Go ahead.
But Joshua, the son of Nun, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. Verse 39. And Moses told these things unto all the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly. And they rose up early in the morning and got them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be him, and we'll go up into the place which the Lord had promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do ye transgress the commandment of the Most High? But it shall not prosper, Go not up, for the Lord is not among you. That ye be not smitten before your enemies.
It's like, it's not going to work this time. It would have worked the first time, but now the timing is off. You can't go back now.
Wow.
Our
gotta-
defense wasn't there.
You got to accept your punishment.
Wow. Wow.
It's almost like, I think about my daughters. One of my daughters is messing with the books. I told her, don't do it. Leave the books alone. She kept messing with the books. I said, if I get up, then you're going to get a whooping. And she kept messing with the books. Then I got up, and then she wanted to leave the books alone. I was like,
Nope.
too late.
Yep, you got me up.
Too late. You got to catch this whooping. It's the same thing here. It's like, oh, now you want to do right? It's too late.
Sodist children.
Wow.
Sodist children, bro. That's the mind. We're stubborn. We gotta see things. We gotta feel it. Gotta feel the punishment. We gotta feel the burn. I don't like to feel things except for happiness and joy.
Sunshine and rainbows.
I'm like Bob Ross painting little birdie here, little trees here. Just everything's so peaceful and joyful, right? In that real soft suit. You ever watch him?
Yeah.
I be watching him like nightly.
Put you to sleep.
Oh, bro. Yeah. He's just soothing. Like, he just, whatever you want, my friends. Right?
Put a little bush right here.
He lives right here.
Put y'all
Nice and
alive,
peaceful,
boy.
right? That's what I want to feel, the joy of painting. the joys of life, though, not the harshness of the Most High, man. That's not what we want. That's not what we should want.
Gone.
Yeah.
That's in this reading.
Oh, that's it? Mm-hmm. Oh, we setting records?
Yes, sir.
That was it. Yes, sir. What is that? You ain't trying to take him on a marathon? Oh. You ain't trying to take him 8 hours? Yeah. Right?
Oh, that's good. Lose weight.
A lot of it.
So what are we on, 4?
Yeah, 1, 4.
5. So you're going to do 4.
He's on
Okay.
4. I do 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop it, Ock. Stop it.
What happened?
He's doing his face like he's about to laugh at me.
Disappointed in your Rams on him.
Good.
Magana War, Shabbat Shah, Yehuda, Banya Sharala.
Magana War, Shabbat Shah, Yahawada, Banya Shala, Men of Israel, Hamadil, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Brakatham.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Brakatah.
Y'all on the line. Y'all on the line, man.
Bro, you started laughing before I even started to blow.
Y'all on the line.
It's like blow the Rams want to call the people. People you call them.
Right, I'm calling somebody else. I'm calling Moab next door.
That's terrible.
This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 43. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from the Most High. Therefore the Most High will not be with you. But they presume to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses depart not out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them and discomforted them, even unto Hormah. Chapter 15.
Questions on 14 at all?
I have a precept. Not a precept, but like a scripture.
Okay.
It's Acts chapter 5, verse 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. And this is the point. For if this counsel or this work be of man, it will come to naught. But if it be of God, ye cannot overthrow it. Just them getting together after the fact. Like them coming together and counseling after the fact. Now they see that they messed up, and now they want to go up there. And then it came to naught. It didn't work. They got chased out.
Because the Most High wasn't with
Because
it.
the Most High wasn't with it.
Yep.
So if it be of man, it's just not going to come. It's just not going to work. But if it be of the Most High, when he told you to do it, the first time that he told you to do it, then it was going to work perfect.
They say you can't blow the ram's horn no more.
Oh, for real? I'm revoked from my
Y'all revoking his ram's horn privileges.
Wow. Who said that?
Bruh, it ain't an easy thing to blow that ram's horn.
They get real dicey up there.
Yeah, you gotta have the technique.
Oh, sis.
Go ahead. Damn.
Numbers
That's
chapter
funny.
15, verse 1. And the Most High and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land of your habitations, which I give unto you, and will make an offering by fire unto the Most High, a burnt offering, or a sacrifice in performing a vow, or in a free will offering, or in your solemn feasts, to make a sweet savor unto the Most High, of the herd or of the flock. Then shall he that offereth his offering unto the Most High bring a meat offering of a 10th deal of flour mingled with the fourth part of it an hin of oil, and the fourth part of an hin of wine. For a drink offering shalt thou prepare with the burnt offering or sacrifice for one lamb. Verse 6. Or for a ram, thou shalt prepare for a meat offering 2/10 deals of flour mingled with the third part of an hin of oil. And for a drink offering, thou shalt offer the third part of an hin of wine, for a sweet savor unto the Most High. And when thou preparest a bullock for a burnt offering, or for a sacrifice in performing a vow, or peace offering unto the Most High, then shall he bring with a bullock of meat. And then shall he bring with a bullock a meat offering of 3/10 deals of flour mingled with half an hin of oil.
So, I mean, obviously, as we can see, the subject changed, right? Most High is off that. Y'all did wrong. You got whooped. Now he's going through the different offerings and what to bring for these different offerings. When ye become into the land of your inhabitations, which I give unto you. Right? So when we got into the land, we were supposed to set up these different offerings to the Most High for the thanks. So after all that, the Most High is like, look, I'm gonna still give it to y'all. Right? That's where his mind was. I'm gonna give it to y'all. He said it. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And thou shalt bring for a drink offering half an hin of wine, for an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High. Thus shall it be done for one bullock, or for one ram, or for a lamb, or a kid, according to the number that ye shall prepare. So shall ye do to every one according to their number. Verse 13. All that are born of the country shall do these things after this manner. An offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High. And if a stranger sojourn with you, or whosoever be among you in your generations, and will offer an offering made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High, as ye do, so he shall do. One ordinance shall be both for you of the congregation, and also for the stranger that sojourneth with you. An ordinance for even in your generations, as ye are, so shall the stranger be also. So shall the stranger be before the Most High. One law and one manner shall be for you, and for the stranger that sojourneth with you. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and saying to them, When ye come into the land whither I bring you, then it shall be that when ye eat of the bread of the land, ye shall offer up an heave offering unto the Most High. Ye shall offer a cake. You shall offer up a cake of the first of your dough for an heave offering, as ye do the heave offering of the threshing floor, so shall ye heave it. Of the first of your dough ye shall give unto the Most High in heave offering in your generations. And if ye have erred, and not observed all these commandments, which the Most High has spoken unto Moses.
You want to call him up? Or we just
No,
read?
go ahead and then move. Any questions on that? So, remember, these different offerings set up, we have to follow them to the specifications. If not, what did he say? And if you have erred and not observed all these commandments which the Lord hath spoken unto Moses, go ahead.
Even all that the Lord had commanded you by the hand of Moses, from the day that the Lord commanded Moses, and henceforth among your generations. Then it shall be, if aught be committed by ignorance, without the knowledge of the congregation, that all the congregation shall offer one young bullock for a burnt offering.
So you got to pay attention here, because what significant scripture is in this chapter? We're in Numbers 15. Everybody should know. What? Naya, what? You do know. You grabbed them and shook them. What?
Yep.
Right. The reason the Most High commanded us in this chapter to wear fringes. But you're going to understand why if you read before what's going on, right? There was a ignorant sin and a presumptuous sinner. So in order for a presumptuous person to not be presumptuous, rock the fringes. In order for ignorant sin or things by accident or I didn't know, well, wear the fringes. So he's going to give us these different stories or these different instances, and then he's going to come back and say, throw the fringes on to remind everybody, presumptuous and ignorant. Man, can I get a degree up? I'm cold. Y'all cold or not? Or is it just me? I'm trying to talk and concentrate, but I can't. Just go up like a degree. Ugh, it's right on me. I'm sorry. Right, so go ahead, read on.
With his meat offering and his drink offering, according to the manner, and one kid of the goat for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for all the congregation of the children of Israel, and it shall be forgiven them, for it is ignorance.
See that? So this is the sinner that sinned by ignorance, or ignorance is basically just not knowing, right? Oh, I didn't know I didn't know there was pork in that. Damn, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. But now the mind should be, let me inquire, right? So remember back in the day, everybody liked to eat their beef links, or no, everybody was on their pork sausage. Then you learn like, oh, can't eat pork. And then you go get the beef link, but it still had the pork casing.
Yep.
And you were like, oh, dang, I didn't know. Now you're supposed to be reminded to inquire. Now I got to look at the ingredients of the sausage itself and of the casing itself. It's all those things where now, if the more you inquire, the more of the law you'll be able to keep without having to sin ignorantly or by accident. That's the thought. The presumptuous, they just like, man, whatever. But the fringes was supposed to be a conscious thing. It was supposed to play on your conscience. Like all the law was supposed to deal with your conscience. But you still had some that rocked fringes and still did what? Went out on the Sabbath by himself and got stoned because he didn't follow the ordinances. So that's the significance. Go ahead.
And they shall bring their offering, a sacrifice made by fire unto the Lord, and their sin offering before the Lord, for their ignorance. It shall be forgiven all the congregation of the children of Israel, and the stranger that sojourneth among them, seeing all the people were in ignorance. If any soul sin through ignorance, then he shall bring a she-goat of the first year for a sin offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for the soul that sinneth ignorantly. And when he sinneth by ignorance before the Lord, to make an atonement for him, it shall be forgiven it. And it shall be forgiven him.
Right.
Ye shall have one law for him that sinneth through ignorance, both for him that is born among the children of Israel, and for the stranger that sojourneth among them.
So even if you sin ignorantly, you still were held accountable. You still had to come with some type of sacrifice to atone for that ignorance, right? Everyone was held accountable. The sinner the man that knew the master's will and prepared himself not was beaten with many stripes. The one that knew not the master's will and prepared himself not was beaten with less stripes. So you still have to come with something. You still have to give something up. You still have to sacrifice. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
Verse 30. But the soul that doeth aught presumptuously.
Right. Presumptuously, willfully. No presumptuous disregard for any law. Go ahead.
Whether he be born in the land or a stranger, the same reproacheth the Lord, and that soul shall be cut off from among his people, because he has despised the word of the Lord, and hath broken his commandment. That soul shall utterly be cut off. His iniquity shall be upon him. And while the children of Israel were in the wilderness, they found a man that gathered sticks.
So, remember, this is not jumping ideas. What this is doing is giving you two scenarios and then giving you a situation of one of the scenarios. The man that gathered sticks was a presumptuous man. He decided to go against what was set up. During the Sabbath, we gathered. We didn't gather sticks. We gathered together. If you gathered sticks, you gathered it for the burnt offering fire that continually burnt.
Right.
He was gathering sticks on his own for his own self. You see that? So it's giving us a situation of a man. It's telling us the man that sinned presumptuously is going to get cut off, right? From his people. So now it's giving us an example. That's all this story is about, is giving us the example. Then he says, look, throw fringes on to remind everybody, presumptuous or ignorant, not to do against the law. Go ahead.
A definition on presumptuous.
Right.
A person who is presumptuous shows little respect for others by doing things they have no right to do.
He had no right gathering sticks on the Sabbath for himself. You see that? He had nothing to do with that burnt offering, that fire that kept burning. The priest handled that.
Even another one. Failing to observe the limits of what is permitted or appropriate.
Yep. And that's what he did. He failed to observe where that cutoff time was to do for your own household. Do not kindle a fire in your habitation. To kindle a fire, you got to gather the sticks. So was it about the fire or about how you went about to go get that fire?
It was his intent.
It was his intent to do for himself. So Most High is showing us in these situations. So when you read this, really going into the fringes, it starts, the entire idea starts up in 24. It's all one idea. Go ahead.
Chapter 15, verse 32, middle precept. They found a man that gathered sticks upon the Sabbath. 33. And they that found him gathering sticks brought him unto Moses and Aaron and unto all the congregation. And they put him in ward, because it was not declared what should be done to him. And the Lord said unto Moses.
Why? Because nobody did this before. That's the thing. Everybody always was together on the Sabbath. We had many Sabbaths, right? This wasn't the first Sabbath. But nobody stepped outside of the limits that were permitted. Nobody was presumptuous in this way. Go ahead.
The man shall be surely put to death. All the congregation shall stone him with stones.
Y'all all going to be accountable for each other. That's what the stoning each other was about. Holding each other accountable. Suffer not your brother to sin. Suffer not sin upon your brother. But you shall in any wise do what? Rebuke thy neighbor. Man, where you headed? Man, I'm about to go grab these sticks. Bruh, you tripping. Hell nah. I'm not trying to stone you. You better get back this way and follow the congregation, right? What you about to do? Murmur? Oh, hell nah. You better go over here and not be with Korah and Dathan and slide over here with the men that's really riding with Moses. That the accountability was supposed to be there. That's why now if you weren't accountable to stop it, if you saw it, then you have to put your hand on that person. You have to throw the first stone. Go ahead.
Without the camp. Verse 36. And all the congregation brought him out the camp and stoned him with stones.
Bro, that's crazy though. Think about it. How many stones he got hit with?
He got buried.
There was like hundreds of thousands of us. Right? Just soldiers, men ready to go to war. There was at least 50,000, 40,000 in each tribe.
Accuracy too.
Oh, come on. You know Benjamin got him out of there. You know Benjamin got him out of there. Right? A hair's breadth. But think about it. The whole congregation stoned him? Bruh. I mean, you know, you could imagine that there was nothing left of him.
Right.
Nah. He was gravel.
Women too?
Just mush.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And he died, as the Lord commanded Moses. 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments
Right.
throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the border a ribbon of blue.
Right.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe.
Right.
That ye may look upon it.
That you may do what?
Look upon
So
it.
if you got ignorant or presumptuous, you're supposed to look down like, oh, wait a minute. Let me think about something real quick. What am I about to do? Let me slow down. Go ahead.
And remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And do them.
Go ahead.
That ye seek not after your own heart.
See that? The fringes was about you remembering that this wasn't your program. Don't do what you want to do. Well, I just want to be ignorant. Ignorance is bliss. Some people live in ignorance.
That's true.
I don't want to fight to understand, so I just want to be ignorant. And then some people are like, I know better, but I don't give a damn. I'm presumptuous. The point was for you not to follow either one of those mind states, but to seek out, ask questions, right? Figure out what should I be doing and what parameters to do them in. Go ahead.
After which ye use to go a whoring.
Right?
Your mind, your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that. 40. That ye may remember and do all my commandments and be holy.
So all you kids, y'all running around with garments and fringes, right? Phylacteries broad like the like the Pharisees, right? You children, you got to remember when it's time to lie, you can't lie. When it's time to steal, you can't steal. You're held accountable when you put the fringes on. Y'all get that? You understand that, right? When it's time to do negative and not care, or when it's time to go against things knowing better, you're supposed to look down and think, wait a minute. What is the fringes for? Is it to look good? Is that what y'all think it's for? What's it for?
Keep the law and to remember.
To remember to keep the law. To remember that if you don't understand, to ask someone. Right? What do I always tell you when you eat your little school lunch? You better ask if there's some pork in that. Right? Why? Because you don't want to eat it by accident when you could have just asked someone and they could have told you. You kids got to remember that. Well, the kid, it's just them for it. Yeah, y'all got to remember that. All right? Y'all are held accountable. Go ahead.
Verse 40. That ye may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your power. I am the Most High, your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, to be your power. I am the Most High, your power.
Right. Any questions on Numbers? Let's jump over to Joshua. Joshua chapter 2 and verse 1. Right?
Come.
And all Joshua is going to do is what? Well, not really reiterate. It's going to repeat. Because when we get to this time in Joshua, now Joshua has to do what Moses did. Send spies, search out the land. Now, mind you, this is how many years later? It's a little bit more than 40 years later. Right? But now Joshua has to carry that mantle, find some reliable men, and send them in to spy out the land and hope for a better result. Right? So let's read that. Joshua 2 and 1.
Joshua chapter 2, verse 1. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land, even Jericho.
Right?
And they went and came into an harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country. And the king of Jericho sent to Rahab, saying, Bring forth the men that are come to see thee, which are entered into thine house. For they be come to search out all the country. And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, There came men unto me, but I wist not where they were. And it came to pass about that time of shutting of the gates, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I wot not. Pursue after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them. But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stock of flax.
These hoes ain't loyal. Right?
Which she had laid in order upon the roof.
Right.
Yes.
So we're gonna read on, right? You ready? Con.
Is he switching out, or just
No, switch him out, or just move over. But let him sit here so he could be heard through the mic. Oh, okay.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
In this case, where it talks about Rahab and how she spoke to the men who came looking for the spies. I know we're always told, you're not supposed to lie, you don't do things like that, that's wrong. In situations we see in the scripture where people have said things that were not actually the truth.
Right.
So when you're in situations and you use the same type of scenario, when it's like saving, or it's not in a situation where someone is going to be hurt or something like that, would you consider that still the same thing if it's for the betterment of the situation?
I mean, you know why that's dicey? Only because whose agenda is that going to promote? That's the thing where, we all know this story. She did this to, first of all, why did she do it? Who was she trying to save?
She's trying to save herself and her family.
Right. So really, it was about her. So it wasn't that what she did was right, because it wasn't. But the Most High was able to use that situation to get his agenda moving forward. The deceiver and the deceived is his. Who will go down and be the lying spirit, right? All these things that come to mind, because that spirit is out there. But who's going to be, it's the mentality of you can lie, cheat, steal against us, but we'll still prosper. The Most High will still have it where no weapon formed against us shall prosper, right? So Rahab really was just about herself. Because she wasn't like, well, save this person and that person. She was like, save my house. Remember, she was a harlot, right? So think about her, just her profession. But it shows you that the Most High can take any situation to benefit us. Because that's all it did, was benefit us. Those spies were able to move around the country, get back and give word on how to get through Jericho. You see that? So, no, we're not supposed to go out and lie. Scriptures say, put off the old man, put on the new. Lie not one to another. So, that's not the spirit that we are supposed to have. Who did it? Rahab the harlot. She lied, but the Most High used it. You see that? Who was she benefiting?
She benefited herself.
Yeah. But because this is my thing. Once you start to get into that lying, deceptive spirit, right? Like even Abraham, when he said, when he told Sarah, say that you're my sister and not my wife. He didn't lie. He didn't lie because you're your husband's sister, right? In a technical sense, you're his sister before his wife. He just omitted certain information. Don't tell him this part, tell him this part, because you're going to save me, right? But she straight up lied. But then the Most High was able to just let that situation ride, seeing that it was going to preserve Israel anyway. You see that? But our character shouldn't be one of liars or deceptive. Remember, it says liars can't retain wisdom. Right? And being deceptive is not the way to go, because where are you able to, where after a while you lie, when are you able to shut that off in situations? Once you feel like you can get away with anything or lie to people, then you'll just be a liar straight across the board. Well, I only lie to the white man. Okay? For what? You don't believe in the Most High? You ain't got faith? Right? Now, will we do a Yaiquab? Hell yeah, we'll do some Yaiquab. But yeah, we'll omit certain information, right? To be able to get over on certain institutional systems, right? If a brother needs some food stamps or something, or if a sister needs some food stamps, she might not necessarily say that she got a man in the house. Why? Because we already know they're going to shut that off. So on her application, she's going to put her and the kids. Is she lying? Or is she just not adding all the information?
That's what I mean in a situation like that.
Well, you got to know.
Like a dire situation or a situation where it's like a safety or.
Well, you'll be able to get well. We got Abraham in a dire situation. Who did it? See, you won't have to necessarily lie, but you won't have to give all the info. Like if I walk into a car dealership, I'll give you another example. If I walk into a car dealership, I'm not going to tell them how much money I got in my pocket. Oh, you here to buy a car? Yep, I want that one. Let's run the paperwork. And I'm not going to give them nothing that they don't ask me for. Right. But you got brothers that walk in the car dealership, here's all my info. And they give the whole life story. They're like, denied. Like, damn. Well, because you gave them too much. Right? But I'm going to walk in and say, I want, like I've always done, I want that. Oh, you want that one? Huh? Let's run the credit. Okay, let's run it. Boom. How much you want to put down and how? Well, I'll decide that when it's time. You see what I'm saying? Am I approved? Okay, now let's go to the next step. You don't give them too much info because their agenda is to work against us. Wise as serpents, harmless as a dove. You see that? So, but that doesn't mean that you have to necessarily, in any case, just straight up be a liar. You know what I'm saying? You just, we don't have to. And there's many situations I've been in where it's like, man, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? Nothing. I remember way back, maybe 5 years ago, I was driving to the mall to go pick my rib up. I had one car at the time, going to pick her up. It was nighttime. She had worked like It might have been like them Christmas hours or something, and I was driving to grab her. And out of nowhere, right here on 6, whoop, 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 whoop. I'm like, dang. License expired, right? I had insurance, but license expired. And he pulled me over, and he's like, you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no. He's like, you got a tail light out. And I'm like, ooh, I didn't know. He's like, that's why I pulled you over. And he was like, license and registration. So I gave him everything. And in my mind, I'm like, damn, man, it's expired. It's Colorado, right? And I'm like, ah. He came back, handed me everything. I was like, but when I said it, when he said the tail light was out, I was like, look, I got one in the glove compartment. I can change it right now. I just didn't know it was out. He took my stuff, came back, have a good day. Get that fixed. I didn't have to lie. I didn't have to cheat, steal. I didn't have to do anything, right? And I'm worried, like, okay, what am I going to tell this dude when he comes back? He didn't even question the expiration, the state, nothing. He just said, here, just get the taillight fixed.
Yeah, but you didn't. As soon as you roll down the window, yeah, my driver's
Yeah, I
license in
didn't-
Colorado
yeah.
is expired.
I didn't do that. No, I was like, here, and let's just go through it, right? Let's just go through it, and then whatever he asks me, I'll just be honest. Look, I didn't get a chance to renew. You know, what's he gonna do? Beat me, right? So we don't have to. You know, we're gonna be put in a lot of situations, but I remember another time. Me and Zion, we're driving. We're coming from San Antonio. We're in Shiraz's car. She had the blue Benz at that time. And at that time, Zion had a gun carry license. He still does. But he had a gun. He had the gun he had a gun on him, but it was in the armrest, I think. And you know, it's late. We coming from San Antonio. I'm trying to get home, but we're chilling. And I made the mistake and just ran a stop sign. It was like one of those super dark feeder roads, and I kind of just ran the stop sign. Didn't even. You were talking and chilling and ran the stop sign. He pulls up. He's like, I'm like, what happened? He said, you ran the stop sign. I was like, honestly, I didn't even see it. Wasn't paying attention. He said, where y'all coming from? We said a Bible conference. That was the summit in San Antonio. We had to come back to work the mall. He said, oh, we coming from a Bible conference. But I didn't say, oh, well, you know, and he got the gun on him. Hell no, we didn't do that because I'm driving. So he pulled me over. He didn't show him his ID because as soon as he did, he would have been like, okay, you got the gun? Yeah, we do got the gun. Then that's a whole different story, right? But he kept quiet. I said, bro, don't say nothing. I got this. You got your license on you? He said, yeah. On it says concealed weapons carry. I said, you got the gun? Yeah, okay. You keep quiet. I'll deal with it. He dealt with me. No ticket. Sent us on our way. But we didn't give him all the info like, yeah, so the gun is under the seat with the clip and it's loaded. And we didn't do that because then it would have been a whole nother problem. Was that being deceptive or lying? No. Just that you don't need to know that. None of your business. Yeah, I'm trying to give you the least amount of information that you can use to convict me or to bring me up on charges. Sometimes less is more. But she straight up lied. Right? She straight up lied, but it benefited Israel. Y'all get that, right? No lying. Next reader. Yeah, get this Benjamin brother a strong ram's horn blow.
Con, gotcha. It's like jazz.
We gotta clean that ram's horn. It smells bad.
It does.
Noah, Shabbat Shah, Yahweh.
Nope. You're not a Jew. You're not from the tribe of Judah. What tribe are you from? Say it again.
Noah, Shabbat Shah, Yahweh.
No.
Benjamin.
Oh, Noah, Shabbat Shah, Benjamin,
Benyamin.
Benyamim, Yasharala.
Bun Yashala.
Ban Yasharala.
Noah Shabbat Shah, Ban Yum Yum, Ban Yashala, Men of Israel, I'm Maryam. Barak.
How about Shemel, Shai Bakatam?
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Rakatah.
Move that way. Let him sit right here. That way he can get his little baby voice. Make sure you read loud, bro. Got trying to be a tribe of Judah. Trading over here. Tribe trader.
Tribe hopping.
Tribe hopping. You can't tribe hop, bro. Come on.
Bring it down.
Got it? Make sure you read loud. Go ahead. Tell them where you at. Joshua.
Joshua 2:7. And the man pursued after them, and the way to Jordan into the fords, and as soon as they which pursued after them were gone they shut the gate, and before they were laid down, she came up upon the roof, and she said unto the man, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land fate because of you.
Mm-hmm.
For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea.
Mm-hmm.
For you, when ye come out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon, and whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt, neither did there remain any more courage in any other man because of you. For the Lord your God, He is God in heaven above and in the earth beneath.
Right. So stay where you at. Right. So Rahab encounters these men, and she's like, "Listen, I know what the Most High is about. I know history. I know that y'all are coming in to take this land, right?" So she's gonna make a pact with the men. Listen, I won't give you up if you save me and my family. She was looking out for herself, right? But her fear of the Lord moved her into this way, right? So go ahead. Where you at?
Now therefore, I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord's sake, I have shown you kindness, that ye will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that ye will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sister, and all that they have, and delivered our lives from death. And the men answered her, our life for years, if ye utter not this our business, and it shall be when the Lord hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. And she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt.
Where you at? And she dwelt
Upon the wall, and she said unto them, get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you and hide yourselves there 3 days until the pursuers be returned, and afterward may ye go your way. And the man said unto her, we will be blameless for this of this thine oath which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when we came into the land, thou shalt bind this line of
What color is that?
scarlet string in the window which thou didst let us down by and thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and thy father's house old home unto thee, and it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house is into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless, and whosoever shall be with thee is the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand be upon him.
Right. So basically, the setup was this: get the scarlet thread, tie it in the window that she let them out of, and basically, the deal was don't leave the house. That house is marked, right? What does that remind you of? What? Egypt. Blood on the doorpost, right? So this scarlet thread was like the blood on the doorpost in Egypt. You pass over that house, leave everybody in that house alone, they're good. But what they're saying is, if anybody leaves out the house and they get slain, that's on them. That ain't on us. Their blood is on their own hands. So let them know to stay inside the house. This is the deal. So this was the oath that they made with Rahab and her family. Right? So what verse are you at?
20.
Go ahead, read 20.
And if thou utter this our business,
Right.
then we will be quit of thine oath,
Right.
which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, according unto
Your words.
your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed, and she bound the scarlet line in the window, and they went and came unto the mountain and abode there 3 days until the pursuers were returned, and the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not.
Right. So she kept her end of the bargain up until this point. Go ahead.
So the two men returned and descended from the mountain and passed over and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all things that befell them, and they said unto Joshua, truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land for
For
even all the inhabitants of the country do fate because of us.
Right. So y'all see that? So again, another confirmation. Rahab was like the cluster of grapes, right? She was the verbal cluster of grapes that, look, y'all got this. I know that y'all got it, but I mean that's terrible, ain't it? That the nations got to have more faith in us. They got to have more faith in our power for us to believe. They got to show us how to believe in the Most High. Well, he said it, right? I'm going to provoke you to jealousy with anger. I'm going to provoke you to jealousy with another nation, with the people that are not a people. Have they stumbled that they should fall? God forbid. Through their stumble, if their stumble be the riches of the world, right? So us stumbling in the wilderness, it gave the opportunity for these other people to really understand, damn, the Most High is real. He ain't playing. But then we got to get their confirmation. That's dicey. You know why that's dicey? Because they can insert things like Christianity into your brain, Islam, Catholicism. They can hit you with those variables and variations of the word, right? And you being ignorant and not understanding, I should have believed straight away. Now all of a sudden you got a whole different belief. Ta-da! Right? Different doctrine. So you gotta be, again, the signs that the Most High gives us. He don't give too many signs, man. And when he does, you gotta believe. So, any questions on Joshua before we jump to Matthew's? you know, like LeBron wants to play with Bronny. He's gonna be my reader one day in Street Speaking. That's my goal. Oh, okay. That's today. Khan, sir. Let's go. Let's go to Matthew's 10. Let's go to Matthew's 10 and verse 1, right? Down to 7, and then we're going to jump into Wisdom of Solomon. Go ahead.
And when he called, and when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Right, so Yahushua, he gave the apostles the ability to perform like him, right? He gave them the ability to heal, cast out spirits, devils. Now remember, he said that they're going to do these things in greater. What were they going out and teaching? Well, go throughout the world and teach these things. We got the power to cast out devils and heal people through the word. Go ahead.
Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, Philip, and Bartholomew, Thomas, and Matthew, the publican, James, the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas the Iscariot, who also betrayed him. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles and into any city of the Samaritans, even enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Con. Any questions on that?
I feel like you want to clap.
Yeah, let's give him a round. That was his first.
Good job. No,
He worked hard for that. He definitely worked hard. Any questions on that part of the reading? Oh, it's me? Okay. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, and cast out devils. Freely you have received, freely give. Provide neither gold, nor silver, nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet staves. For the workman is worthy of his meat. So you'll get what you need as you work, right? That was the thought process. You ain't gotta pack nothing, right? Just yourselves. You don't even need the words. 11. And into whatsoever city or town ye shall enter, inquire who in it is worthy, and there abode till ye go thence. And when you come into the house, salute it, right? And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. Right? What is he showing us? Don't get frustrated when you walk into a place and they don't receive you. Okay, cool. You can't be received everywhere. This word is not going to be received in every house, in every situation. But he said, let your peace return to you. I'm not going to go back and forth and argue for what? You don't want it? Cool. Shalom. Peace. I'm out. That's how you gonna keep your sanity. You have people losing their mind trying to convince somebody else. Not your job to convince. It's not your job to persuade, right? In that way, we persuade men knowing the what? Terror of the Lord. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you in that. Some persuade, man, you gotta be down with this because you know, like, bruh, look at your life. That's it. Reflect on your life and you figure out should you be down or not. That's what it boils down to. Each person's experience. What signs is the Most High showing you today? Right? The house be worthy. 14. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust off your feet. Don't even bring the dust of the land with you. Shake that off. The dust, right? Don't even bring that with you, right? Verily I say unto you that it shall be. Nope. I'm gonna keep reading. No, it's not. What is it? I thought you said the 18. I want to read 15. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. Sodom and Gomorrah got judged. So what's going to happen to that city and that house that don't want to hear you? Catastrophic failures and downfall.
America.
Yeah, you ain't got to sit here and go crazy. They're not hearing me. They're not supposed to. My sheep hear my voice. Right? My sheep hear my voice. Not everybody. Everybody ain't a sheep. You got wolves, you got sheep, you got goats. The sheep are gonna hear. So don't get your whole mind bound up. My kids, my rib, my this, my that. If they ain't hearing, the Most High will deal with that. He'll sever those ties. Too many times you fighting to keep ties that don't even belong to you. They don't even matter. They're not gonna benefit you. They're only gonna sap you of your energy to keep serving. You got to understand what's going on. People will tell you who they are, and when they do, believe them. What they say? Ain't that a saying? When a huh? What'd she say? When a person tells you who they are, believe them?
The first time.
Yep, the first time. I don't need like over convincing of a person that ain't trying to move a certain way. I don't need to be convinced too much. You know? So trust me, you'll keep a lot more peace in your mind. Any questions on that? Great job, Noah. Yep. Great job, Noah. Any questions before I go to Wisdom of Solomon? Wisdom of Solomon what? So I read that?
Yes, sir.
The whole chapter, huh?
It's shiny.
Or do we let Noah read it? I'll read it. Wisdom of Solomon 9:1. O power of my fathers and Lord of mercy, who hast made all things with thy word, and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and order the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with the upright heart. Give me wisdom. So remember, what is this right here? Who knows? What is this?
This is the prayer.
Right. Whose?
Solomon's prayer.
This was Solomon's prayer when he said, I asked for wisdom and not riches. Well, here is the prayer in detail. All right. So you can link this with, what is that? Kings. What is it? First King. Let's see here. First Kings 3. Yep. Solomon did have showed the servant 3:9. Right. So you can link this with 1 Kings, the 3rd chapter. And let's see here. No, give me one second. David, I am but little, and the servant is the midst of the people that have chosen to. Right. Servant 3:9. 1 Kings 3:9. I'll read it. It says, give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy great people? And the speech pleased the Lord, and Solomon had asked this thing. And the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor hast asked the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And I have also given thee that which thou hast not asked, both riches and honor, so that there shall not be any among the kings like unto thee all thy days. So now we're going to get in detailed his actual prayer. And this is what chapter 9 goes into. So I'll read it again from the top. O power of my fathers and Lord of mercy, who hast made all things with thy word, and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and order the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom that sitteth by the throne, and reject me not from among thy children. For I thy servant and son of thine handmaid am a feeble person, and of a short time, and too young for the understanding of judgment and laws. For though a man be never so perfect among the children of men, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people, and a judge of the sons of thy sons and daughters. Thou hast commanded me to build a temple upon thy holy mount, and an altar in the city wherein thou dweltest. Right? He knew that because David instructed him. David wanted to build, but David had too much blood on his hands. David was the warrior. David was the spearhead of literally getting Solomon to this place where he could have peace to build. You can't build in the times of war. So David had to do his part and be the killer, be the warrior, that Solomon can do his part. Again, all orchestrated by the Most High. Right? Verse 8, thou hast commanded me to build a temple upon thy holy mount, and an altar in the city wherein thou dweltest, a resemblance of the holy tabernacle, which thou hast prepared from the beginning. And wisdom was with thee, which knoweth thy works, and was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in thy sight, and right in thy commandments. Thy commandments. So think about it. What is that telling us? If the world was founded in the commandments of the Most High, they were there for the people. Adam had the commandments. I'll read on. O send her out of thy holy heavens, and from the throne of thy glory, that being present, she may labor with me, that I may know what is pleasing unto thee. For she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doings, and preserve me in her power. So shall my works be acceptable. A lot of times the works are not accepted because he that despiseth what and what? His works and labor shall be in vain. He that despiseth wisdom and nurture. Right? So shall my works be accepted, and then shall I judge thy people righteously, and be worthy to sit in my Father's seat. For what man is he that can know the counsel of the Most High? Well, only a man that deals with wisdom. Or who can think what the will of the Lord is? Only a man that deals with wisdom. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, because they are. They're not embedded in wisdom. They're embedded in immortality, or excuse me, mortality. Right? Vanity. And our devices are but yet uncertain. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things. Now, think about this. You don't have to be sick. This is not you don't have to be a sick person for your body to weigh you down. What happens when you start aging? When you start to age, and then a lot of people, when they start to age, they start to contemplate life, right? I didn't set this in order. I didn't do this right. I got regrets here. I got regrets here, right? We all age, so we all do it. I do it. I sit back and say, man, should have did this, should have did this, should have did this. But if you let those thoughts weigh you down, that's going to weigh down your spirit to push forward. So what is he saying? Well, what does wisdom say? Wisdom says, forget about the past, look towards the future. Don't get caught up in the what ifs, right? You should have used counsel, and going forward, use counsel. There's no hindsight is 2020 with the Most High. Y'all know that, right? There's only, this is the situation, how you going to handle it? Well, we counseled 50 million times. We agreed on the counsel. We did it. Didn't work. Okay, well, what does the Most High tend to usually do? What? Yes, but how? He's right. He gives you grace, but how? Well, you get a chance to repeat the situation. And then you can say, well, the last time we were here at this crossroads, we went left. So let's try going right. Oh, wow, that worked. Right? So he gives you those opportunities to wrong those rights. Right those wrongs. Right those wrongs. Right? But there ain't no hindsight 2020. So we got to stop doing that if you're doing that. Like, man, I wish I could have, should have, would have. That don't matter. You did it. It's over. Now do the right thing now. Get it? Don't let the mortal thought, the thoughts of mortal men. Bro, God's ain't thinking about the past. Do you think the Most High is dwelling on the past with us? He's trying to bring us into the future. We dwell on the past. We got to go back into the past to remind ourselves not to repeat the negative. But the Most High is not in the past. Most High is like, look, I'm trying to bring you here. Let's keep going. The wilderness 40 years. He said, y'all going to do the punishment? Now, next, right? When you read it, it's like, next. I'm going to give y'all the land. So when you get into the land, this is how you're going to operate. Next, he's always about moving forward. We can't be stagnant with our thoughts. Y'all get that? Right. 16. And here it is. And hardly do we guess aright at the things that are upon the earth. It's right in front of us, but we don't have the right, again, what is it? Perception, outlook towards the things that are right in front of us. Why? Because we're musing on many things. What should we be musing on?
The Most High.
Who got the scripture? Meditate, muse, all the same thing. Where should our minds be? Who got it? Come on. It's in that Apocrypha. Ooh, got it, baby.
You got it, Benai?
Read. Oh, you got it? Hold on. Who got it? I got it for him. You gonna read it? Okay, read it. Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 1. Read it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and 1.
Right?
But he that giveth
Uh-huh.
his made mind to the
Law.
law of the Most
High.
and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of
He'll do what? He'll seek out the wisdom. You see that? So where should my meditations be? On my past problems or the things I didn't do right? Or should I be seeking out wisdom to do right when I'm faced with the same challenges? You're always going to get the opportunity to right wrongs. You know, you got with the woman, it didn't work out, you did it wrong, you were too aggressive, you were too this, you were too that. Well, he gave you another one. To do what? To not make the same mistakes. Right? You got with her, you got with the woman too early, you had kids, you weren't a good dad. Right? You didn't understand, you were young. What does he give you? More children to do what? To right those wrongs. He gives you the opportunity to show forth your wisdom. But what are we meditating on? The mess up? I don't meditate on the mess ups. They're there. They're there to draw from in the moment. You see that? No, you can't do that. You're out there. I know. Be hot. Right? So let me jump back. Wisdom of Solomon 9, right? And hardly do we guess aright upon the things that are upon the earth. And with labor do we find the things that are before us. Think about it. The labor is in our thinking. You thinking crazy. Your mind is just mowing over things. You trying to figure it out. But the meditation should be on the wisdom that's going to bring us to the answer. But the things that are in heaven, who has searched out? See, we're supposed to be looking on the heavenly things. Set our affections on the things that are above. And thy counsel, who have known, except thou give wisdom? See that? And send the Holy Spirit from above. Because what is the Spirit? That's the spirit of what? Understanding, discernment, quick judgment, quick conceit, equity, fairness. That's what the Holy Spirit is. Singing and dancing ain't gonna get you nowhere. It ain't gonna give you the chance to understand. Right? Speaking in tongues, so-called, that ain't gonna get you nowhere. That's gonna get you more confused. For so the ways of them which lived on the earth were reformed by wisdom. There's many devices out there, right? Many people deal with problems and issues, but what do we tend to turn to? Drugs, alcohol, sex, video games, TV, talk shows, movies, right? Overeating, food. Some people, man, I'm having a hard life. Let me go exercise. That don't fix nothing. Hardly do we guess aright. Those are a Band-Aid, if that. If anything, they're going to make the problem worse because spiritually, you're not diving in to discern and fix the problem. The way to be reformed, what does it mean to be reformed? What's another word for reform? It's also a R word. David was all about it. Renew, that's a good one. What else? Yeah, but what is it? Repent. Yeah. The way to be repentive. Right? Because to reform means to you're one way and then you change back from that way. To repent means to go one way and then go back. That's what repent means, to go back. You see that? So how are we reformed, or how do we repent? How do we change? How do we renew? Through the word, through wisdom. And men were taught the things that were pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. Any questions on that? No questions on that. There was one question online. I mean, any questions on the reading at all, as a whole? Everybody, I mean, it was pretty straightforward, right? Pretty straightforward. Go to Ezekiel real quick. Emery had a question in Ezekiel. This is easy. Ezekiel 13 and... Huh? Yeah, Ezekiel 13 and 18. So get that on one.
Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 18.
So when you read Ezekiel 13, what you got to understand is the context of the chapter. The chapter is going against false prophets, right? False prophets. Who was Ezekiel talking to? Who was he preaching to? What was his mission? Anybody know? Okay, so Ezekiel was prophesying to the Babylonian exiles, right? So then now he's, in this chapter, he's going into the false prophets and a little bit of witchcraft, right? So read Ezekiel, watch. Read Ezekiel 13 and 17. Let's get it in its entirety.
Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 17.
Right?
Likewise, thou son of man,
Right?
set thy face against the daughters of thy people.
Because you had prophetesses or female prophets, right? But he said, set your face against the daughter of thy people. Go ahead.
Which prophesy.
Which do what?
Which prophesy.
Go ahead.
Out of their own hearts.
They huh?
Out of their own hearts.
Yeah, they was doing the T.D. Jakes.
Out of their own heart.
Right? They were prophesying out of their own heart, out of their own minds. Go ahead.
And prophesy thou against them.
Right?
And say, thus saith the Lord God.
Go ahead.
Woe to the women that sew pillows to all armholes.
Right?
And make kerchiefs.
Uh-huh.
Upon the head of every stature to hunt souls.
So what does this sound like? What y'all think he's hitting on? It's witchcraft, man. It's witchcraft. The little charms and right, all those. I'm gonna put a spell on this and it's gonna protect you, and I'm gonna put a spell on this and a spirit on this. He was crushing the witchcraft within the women. All those white witches and Wiccans and Eastern stars. They into their trinkets and stones and your prayer cloth, right? Here goes your prayer kerchief out the door. Why did they make prayer cloth? Where did that come from? A prayer cloth. Think about it. That was supposed to protect you. I'm gonna rub my stones together, my little necklace and my little charm, what do they call it? A charm what? And what were the charms supposed to do? When you go into that, each charm had a different magical power of protection, health, this, that. That's what they were on at this time. So he said, woe against them. Go ahead.
Will ye hunt the souls of my people?
Right? Because what were they? They were using the witchcraft to trap the people, to ensnare them in that idolatry. Go ahead.
And will ye save the souls alive that come unto you?
No, they're going to actually destroy the souls. Read.
And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley?
And see, the problem was they was doing it for damn near nothing. The people, remember he said you sell your souls for naught? Here it is. You selling yourself for some barley. You selling out to witchcraft for some grain. Go ahead.
And for pieces of bread.
And a piece of bread. Read.
To slay the souls that should not die.
Go ahead.
And to save the souls alive that would not live.
Right. You see that? You trying to save the people that would not die, and the ones that wouldn't live, you trying to bring them back through this witchcraft. So it was like, the witchcraft was about, you know how they do it, man. You have people that rock the stones. It's like, what's that stone for? Well, when I start feeling anxious, I just rub it. I rub it, and it protects me. It's like, what? It does? Right? And the crazy thing is when you buy those stones, You got to be careful, because you got people that pray over those stones. They pray over those cloths, all those little charms. They pray over those things. It's real. If the Spirit of the Lord is real, guess what? That's one side. The negative side is real too. If you give yourself over to it, it'll come to pass. So he was warning us of those things. When are you taking questions? I have one. Right. So hopefully, Emery, hopefully you're doing your thing right now. Did the chat go down? Or am I tripping? Right. Was that it?
Nah.
Go ahead.
By your lying to my people that hear your lies.
And that's what all that stuff is about. The Miss Cleos, the prosperity teachings, the Creflo get more money dollar, right? The Eddie Longstroke, right? What's the other cat's name? What's the Eric Copeland, Kenneth Copeland blowing coronavirus out the door, but giving it to the people. All them dudes, man, that Benny Hinn, swinging his jacket around and healing people, right? That's all lies. Go ahead. Where you at?
Verse 20.
Yeah, this ended. Let's see, just verse 20. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Wherefore thus saith the Lord God.
Right.
Behold, I am against your pillows.
Right.
Wherewith ye there hunt the souls to make them fly.
Go ahead.
And I will tear them from your arms. And will let the souls go, even the souls that ye hunt to make them fly.
Go ahead. 21.
Your kerchiefs also will I tear.
Right. All the little trinkets that you could come up with, I'm going to destroy them. Go ahead.
And deliver my people out of your hand. And they will be no more in your hand to be hunted.
Go ahead.
And ye shall know that I am the Lord.
See, that's what we got to understand. We're being hunted in every aspect of life. Through all your religions, you got hunted. Through your Islam, through your Christianity, through your Catholicism, through your Rastafarianism, through your I'm just spiritualism, Buddhism, all the isms done found a way to hunt our people down. To do what? We talked about it last night in class. They were all designed to trap you in a mind state. That this was it. That what a man said was it. Witchcraft was designed to trap you into now idolizing that person. Why you think about it? Why did they feed it to the children in such harmless ways? The Wizards of Waverly Place, right? Harry Potter, Bing, Potter, right? Lord of the Rings. What else? Bewitched. Teenage Bewitched. What? Hollow Hathaway. What other one? You know some more. What other ones? They're busting the ghosts. But there's a few of these witch. Disney is famous for that. They throw all the little kid witch shows out there. Huh? Riot the Last Dragon? Okay, that's another.
It's like a big black thing, like
you got to speak louder.
It's a big like black hole making people into stone.
Right, but they feed it to the children because they're impressionable. They feed it to the women because they're impressionable. You could be a Wiccan. You could be a white witch. You could be an Eastern Star. Right? For what though? Then you got women sitting there casting spells on brothers and casting spells. It ain't gonna work though, because remember the scriptures say no weapon formed against us is gonna prosper. Remember Balaam tried to curse us, and what happened? You can't curse with the Most High unblessed, right? But it is there. It is there. It is the flip side to righteousness. It's there, and if you put your power into that, it can come to life. That's the point. When the people put their power into that calf, or let me restate that. When they put their mind to build that calf, did it not come to life? Did it not come to, not the actual cow start moving, but you know what I mean? The actual statue came to fruition. They thought it, and then all of a sudden now you got a calf that is engraved with the precision of a gravesmith, right? So if you can give it a thought, then you can actually give it power, and then you can make it real. Now, whether or not it's going to work for you is a different thing. That's going to be the downfall. But we got to understand. So why did Ezekiel have to prophesy against these things? Because that's what the people were on. That's what the women were on. That's what the children were on. Right? That's what they were on. So that's what that's going into. So, Emery, hopefully you got that. What else? Damn, 120. What y'all doing? Y'all breaking records? Any other questions? What is he talking about? Why he say go Power Rangers? Oh, Power Rangers, is that witchcraft? Yeah. Yep. Zordon and all that. What?
And Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, right? Sleeping Beauty. Snow White. What? Frost. Elsa. All that stuff. They give it to you in all these movies and shows because if you give power to it, it'll come to life.
It's a Disney movie called Twitches.
Twitches. Did that just come out?
No, it's been out.
Okay.
But it's two twin sisters.
Uh-huh.
That one she's part of the moon and the other one's part of the sun, and then they come together and they form an eclipse.
Wow, see that? So they show you how to worship the sun, the moon, the stars in these Disney movies. What?
There's another movie.
You got to speak up.
There's another movie called Creeped Out, and
Oh.
it has like this girl.
Mhm.
Well, it has multiple episodes with different people, but there was this girl. She had like a demon inside of her. That's what I was like. It's so scary.
Right. Okay, Isaiah 18 and 20. Well, y'all get that, right? Isaiah. Read that.
There is no side Isaiah 18. Ezekiel 18.
Yeah. Are you saying Isaiah the 18th chapter, the 20th chapter, or the verses? Okay. Go to, what is it, Ezekiel 14 to 21?
Ezekiel.
No, let him read. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 21. For thus saith the Lord God,
Right?
how much more when I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem,
Okay.
the sword, and the famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence, to cut off from it man and beast.
Okay. That's self-explanatory. Right? What is that? Ezekiel what? 10, 14. I mean, read it again.
Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 21.
Right?
For thus saith the Lord God,
Right?
how much more when I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem,
Right?
the sword, and the famine, and the noisome beast, and the pestilence, to cut off from it man and beast.
Right. 14. Yet behold, therein shall be left a remnant that shall be brought forth both sons and daughters. Yeah, this is just really going into the Lord's judgment for what? Remember, it's Ezekiel. What was he going into? When you go to the previous chapter, we were just here. Yeah, when you go to the previous chapters, it was because of that idolatry.
Right.
So that's all. That's easy. That's all that was. He was just going into the judgment for the idolatry. That starts in the 14th chapter down. So the 13th chapter is the judgment that he's going to judge the false prophets, and then he's going into the idolatry of the leaders, right? And then the judgment when you read 14 and 12 down to 23, 14 and 21. Yeah. So watch. Read 14 and verse 12.
Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 20.
12.
12. The sword of the Lord came again to me, saying,
The word.
oh, forgive me.
Yep.
The word of the Lord came again to me, saying, Son of man,
Right.
when the land sinned against me by transgressing grievously,
Right.
then will I stretch out my hand upon it.
Yeah, see that? So when the land transgress, when they get into their idolatry, their devil worship, their witchcraft, I'm going to send my sword. I'm going to judge it. Go ahead.
And will break the staff of the bread thereof,
Right.
and will send famine upon it,
So you're going to starve. Go ahead.
and will cut off man and beast from it.
So let's do this. Let's understand the land we live in today, and let's try to chalk these things up. Let's do a little list.
Take off.
Are they starving?
Yep.
Okay, so is America not in a famine?
It is.
That's one. Are not beasts and animals dying?
Yep.
Is there not a shortage of? Think about the price of chicken done went up.
Yeah.
I can't get my dollar tacos no more. They're $1.50 now.
They are.
It's terrible, right? But chicken done went out. They limit how many packs of chicken and wings you can get, right? So there's a shortage. Go ahead.
Though these three men, Noah, Daniel,
Yep.
and Job,
Uh-huh.
were in it, they should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness, saith the Lord God.
Right?
If I cause noisome beasts to pass through the land, and they spoil it, so that it be desolate, that no man may pass through because of the beast. Though these three men were in it, as I live, saith the Lord God, they shall deliver neither sons nor daughters. They only shall be delivered.
Cause ain't nobody trying to hear the prophets. Ain't nobody trying to who was trying to hear Noah? Who was trying to hear Daniel? Nobody. Job's friends wasn't trying to hear him. His even wife said what? Forsake the Most High and die. Right? So, I mean, you get the point. You get the point. It's the land transgressed, the Most High gonna check. Checks and balances. Right? Y'all said there wasn't an Isaiah 18 and 20?
Goes up to 7.
Oh. Yeah, Emery, you might want to retype that first Isaiah one. I'm not sure what. But yeah, that was just the judgment for the previous chapters. But if you're asking about the chapters, can you explain Isaiah 18 and Isaiah 20? Those two chapters, Isaiah is prophesying against Ethiopia in 18, and in 20, he's prophesying against Ethiopia and Egypt about their destruction. So from 18 on, 18 is about Ethiopia. If you go to 19, he's going into Egypt. 20 is about both of them. Then he goes into Babylon. He goes into Edom, right? He's prophesying the destruction of all these other nations that done put us in captivity. I mean, what y'all thought? They wasn't going to get some too? Right? They definitely get prophesied against, right? Set your face against Egypt. Set your face against Ethiopia. Do this, do that. So that's what those chapters were going into. Yeah. 18. Yep. Right. I mean, it tells you right here, verse 18:1. Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia. Right? So he's going in on Ethiopia. Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All you got to do is read the first chapter, and you'll understand it. Message let's see here. Fight against took it the same. Speak the Lord by Isaiah the son of Amos, saying, go loose the sackcloth. Right? Message 21. The burden of the desert of the sea, as whirlwinds in the south passed through, so it came from the desert, from a terrible land. Right? And that goes into Babylon. Yeah. What else? Yes, sir. On time coming. Yes, ma'am. Oh, the heave offering? One of the many offerings, but let's look it up. We looked this up a while back. Wait, what? Hold on. Somebody go there real quick. It's in the previous numbers that we read. We gotta find it. Hold on. It is right. Heave. Let's see here. She said, "What is it?" She asked. The sister asked, "What is a heave offering?" Right. Go to Exodus 29.
Okay.
29 and 28.
Exodus chapter 29, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever from the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering, and it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offering, even their heave offering unto the Lord.
Right. So it uses the word heave offering. By definition, it says a contribution offering. It says any offering, an offering to the Most High, an offering of grain, money, etc. So it wasn't a sin offering. It wasn't a burnt offering. It was basically like a free will offering that, hey, I want to give this to the priest. Voluntary, yeah. It could have been anything. Contribution, it says, especially in sacrifice or as tribute, a gift. Oblation offering. So, yeah, it wasn't a sin offering. It wasn't something you did for your sins. It wasn't something that you did. Remember, we had many different offerings. Right. So, like a woman would give an offering when she gave birth. After her purification, she would do an offering. You had the burnt offering. You had the sin offering. You had the wave offering. You had the free will offering. So it was just, I want to give this to the priest. And it could be anything. Yeah. Just heaving that over to y'all. Heave. Right. Right. Anything else? Yeah, it doesn't really, the problem is it doesn't really go into detail about the heave offering. Yeah, grain, money, basically anything that you wanted to give. Well, it says of their peace offering. So it was part of that. Right? And it shall be an heave offering from the children of Israel of the sacrifice of their peace offerings. You see that? So they were kind of synonymous. So you're doing a peace offering, you can say, hey, look, I want to give this as a heave offering. Or I want to give this part as a wave offering. Shoulder to shoulder.
I see you split it up a little bit.
Yeah. From the way it's written. Yep. Is that it? Remember, Summit is on the 8th of next month. So, yeah, we're trying to do that, right? I'm going to be there. Right? So just reminding everybody, we're going to have to, whoever's rolling, I said it earlier in the announcement, but whoever's rolling, we're gonna have to get an Airbnb. There's not enough housing in Virginia to fit. I mean, they're already cramped. I think because I got like 18 people in this house. Not that many, but it's close. It's close. It's close. He got a lot of people in his house alone. Remember, and there's some housing being switched up and just things, people still looking for a spot, so they have to go stay with this person. That's just a condition. We shrink and then we expand. We shrink, we expand. So that's the situation now. So yeah, when we go down there, whoever's rolling, you got to be prepared to want to pitch in. Airbnb, gas. Not looking forward to that. Yeah, not looking forward to gas. Right? But if we all pitch in, then guess what? The burden is on everybody, and it ain't going to weigh everybody down. We're still trying to figure out what vehicles are going. Not all the bros are going to be able to go because the mall, the truck, some people's backs, injuries, things like that, the long drive. So, but we won't be having class that weekend. So that's just a reminder. Just a reminder. All right? So, yeah, I'm trying to go from Tuesday to Tuesday. I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to drive, get there Friday, then leave Sunday. First of all, I can't do that type of turnaround in a vehicle. That's 19 hours one way. Just to chill for a day, just to hop back in the car 19 hours. Yeah, I'm good. I ain't doing that. I am not gonna do that. I gotta have some downtime.
Decompress.
I gotta decompress. Yeah, bro. My body ain't built like that no more. It's just not. I used to be able to do that young. I used to take my 24-hour road trips and not sleep, and it's different now. So, just a reminder. All right. So we got to figure out all who's going, and then try to get the accommodations, the vehicle situated, the living situation set up. All right. So, other than that, there's no other announcements, right?
Laah.
Everybody good? Con? All right. Well, I mind you. Wapanya, Kudam. Come here. Play around, bro. You gotta be serious. You gotta be a good example. You can't take your garment off. It doesn't matter how loud it is. Now you know how to. I gotta stay in my car. Good. LeBron and Bronny. Yep. Do this. Move over to the end. Come this way. Move to next to my gun. Yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
please listen to us right now.
please listen to us right now.
Send Michael and the righteous angels
Send Michael and the righteous angels
to watch over, bless, heal, protect, and make strong the people of Israel. Send unto us much wisdom, much knowledge, much understanding, much patience, much faith, much brotherhood, and much love. Spiritual power, forgive all of our sins. Yahweh Shai come quickly, for in thee is our hope, always and forever. Amen.
Oh, let me take us out of here.
Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ha'awa'ah, Ba'talanawa, Ba'ra.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ha'awa'ah, Ba'talanawa, a war, La'ra'ah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ha'awa'ah, Ba'talanawa, Ha'ayah, Korah, La'kora'ah, Ha'ain.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ha'awa'ah, Ba'talanawa, Shaman, Zayah, Lamashah, Yasha'Allah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
And if you want to be anointed, we'll do that after class. This is Psalms 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praise unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon the psaltery, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, has made me glad through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hand. O Yahweh, how great are thy works. And thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not. Neither do a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the works of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, O Yahweh, are most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the works of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shall thou exalt, like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see. My desire my enemies. And my ears shall hear. My desire the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the course of our power. He shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing. To show that the Most High is upright. He is my rock. And there is no unrighteousness in him. Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is Psalms 133 in Hebrew. Shayar, Hamalawat, Ladawad, Hana, Matawab, Wama, Na'ayam, Shabbat, Hakim, Gum, Gathad, Kashaman, Hatawab, Al, Harayash, Yarad, How,
How,
Azakwan,
Azakwan,
Zakwan,
Zakwan,
Aharan,
Aharan,
Shayaraj, Alpanya, Badawathiwa, Kato, Karawan, Shayaraj, Al, Hararia, Tazawan, Kaya, Shum, Tazawa, Yahweh, Habaraka, Kaya Yum, Awalam, Aman.
This is Psalm chapter 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded a blessing, even life forevermore.
By Shem Yahushai, the water, Tamyad, Aman.
Circle up. Good job. Call it.
Men Israel, Haimadum, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahushai Brakadam.
Yagya Matah, hands down. Let's turn and face the sisters. Michael Shabbat. Call it.
salute out the daughters of Zion, men of Israel, Haimadum, Barak,
Yahweh Shemata Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yagya Matah, hands down. Dismiss. Let's say the shalom, everybody online.
Shalom.
We will see y'all back here on